Jack it up. Jack it up.
Well, I guess we should get started.
We should do. It's that time again.
It is that time. What's up?
Again.
Oh, Badger's up a little much, as usual. It's a little much.
Loud.
It's a little much, Badger. A little much,
loud.
bro.
Oh, wow, I am super loud.
It's a little
Okay.
much.
I'm always that way though.
It's
I'm never
just-
not a little too much. Sometimes I'm just a little bit too much.
It's a little too much.
No, actually, correction. Sometimes I'm a lot too much. I'm mad. Are
That's
you
right.
mad?
You mad, bro? Live, on time, on point. Coming to you free of charge from the worldwide interwebs. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 27th live edition. Long time coming. I anticipate they ever do have some suffocated, underappreciated enough about you program. The only program in town to feature the nickel standard, penny compensated abilities, William Bishop, Blake Edwards, staple full of mediator moderators. And I hate that next line, so we're skipping it. 3 people.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, it just goes around. 2 attempts, 1 dream.
Great.
Broadcasting's finest train wreck. Oh,
One day.
I did have a meeting.
A meeting? You had a meeting? Oh, you had a meeting
meeting.
with the third.
I had a meeting.
And the meeting was like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I apologize. I'm so busy. This is keeping me going. I've had these things going on.
Enough about you as a Grim Phoenix presentation association with YouTube, iTunes, and all the other tubes from coast to coast.
Wait, how many viewers do you guys have again? Like, how many followers and how many hits? Like, how much money have you made off?
The minute we hit rocket ship, it's gonna be.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey, do you guys have a spot?
Oh, hey, you guys are doing great.
You guys are
wow,
doing great.
That's awesome.
Is that cherry?
Fair weather friends, man. You're doing so fantastic. I'm waiting for that day. I'm not a successful streamer in my own mind yet, and I think there's gonna be one day where I am, and I'm waiting. I'm anxious. I'm anxious for that time that people will come back and be like, oh, Badger, I used to love your stream. I used to watch all the time. Can we be friends? No.
Yeah, or I wanted to do something. We should do something together. We should do something together. That's
Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't been around a long time, but if you would like, could we like stream
we should do something together.
Or, like,
we should do a duo stream.
We should do a duo stream for sure together. No.
How about? Okay.
I think we talked about this last time, actually, didn't we?
Oh, totally. It's a close cousin. And ladies and gentlemen, you're all talking before you're introduced. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the only Dash Dance Pants Players for Pope Hope, Noob YouTube, GG VOD, Cat with Cool Hat, Special Extraordinaire, and looks like about 3-time.
3-time. Good ones. Good ones,
probably
though.
more.
Strong good ones.
Though, really, the only one that matters that's really probably going to be there for a long time was Ivan Cthulhu. Mr. William Bishop, what's up, man?
What's going on? How you doing? You said that I interrupted before I was even introduced, but the show is called Enough About You. If I don't talk about me, I'm doing something wrong, right? We were literally talking about that before the show. We talk about ourselves, It's enough about you, though. Clown Town, it's my turn to talk about me always.
Yep.
How was your week, Clown Town? What you been doing?
It's good, man. I got to do some jujitsu. The magical number there is free.
Oh, really? You didn't pay for it?
No, I didn't. So remember, a couple shows ago, I told you I quit because we had to move. I didn't really quit. I just whatever. And they came after me and said, okay, if you'll just coach a little bit, you can keep coming and keep training.
Oh, okay.
And the midweek stuff didn't work out because I got to be at one place and not the other and whatever.
Okay. Scheduling issues. Got it.
Right. So so that's not going to work out, and I confirmed that because Ash started swim team this week, and it's no change. There's no way I would have got to jiu-jitsu on those days or whatever. So anyway, that was confirmed today or confirmed this week. But then on Saturday, it's free, and if I go coach the kids class, then I can go do the adults class.
Okay.
And so, because they need another crowd controller and a good coach for the kids class to have, because kids are actually a big part of the revenue stream for the school.
Oh,
so,
I bet. Yeah, totally. You're a daycare.
Yeah, well, kinda, but also like if a kids class goes south and someone ends up, while one instructor's looking this way and another instructor and no one's watching these guys and someone gets injured,
right?
Bad. I mean, all the waivers and all of that, financially responsible, no, right? Because there's all kinds of waivers that you sign before you step on the mat. But
okay,
Facebook, word of mouth.
Right, that's a big deal. That's how you get your people in the first place. Oh yeah, I knew Johnson. He came here with his kid previously, so that's why I'm here now.
They didn't even look at it. They didn't look at him. They weren't playing safe, and then his arm just got broken. Now he's in a cast.
Yeah, and there's no. I mean, like you can almost basically it happens, right?
Yeah.
People get injured doing this stuff.
100% injury rate in jiu-jitsu.
Right, yeah,
100%.
you're gonna get hurt.
Nobody walks away without getting injured. 100%.
With a scrape, a bruise, a poke in the eye, you know, something. You're gonna get your ear boxed. Something like that's gonna happen, right? Yeah. That's a thing that you should be prepared for going into, but you can still make a fuss about it afterwards.
Oh, totally. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, the issue with that is that they definitely need another coach. So
for their safety, for their peace of mind,
for everything,
so that doesn't happen.
for everything.
So you get paid. You're a professional jiu-jitsu coach now.
Pretty much. Well, I get paid in training.
No,
So-
I mean, you get paid. The definition of professional is that you get paid to do something. So technically, you are reimbursed for your actions as a coach.
It's kind of
so on your resume.
It's trade. Yeah. For sure. If
Right.
I'm going for a new job, I would put down part-time jiu-jitsu coach. I would
Jiu-jitsu coach.
Totally would.
Right, totally. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's. I mean, that's. Oh, really? Yeah, you're a jiu-jitsu coach. Yeah, let me show you.
Yeah.
You're gonna give me the job. You're gonna give me. Are you gonna give me the job?
Yeah.
Are you gonna give me the job?
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
How would
Put the
you,
hurt down.
How would you describe yourself? Hired.
In pain.
Oh, he's good.
Oh, he's-
Whoa, he's good. So anyway,
That's great.
I did get to go for it was like the first time we had been in 3 weeks. So I coached Ash's class, and then so he went to, and then I rolled, and it was good. It was a nice mix of both getting beat down as well as putting a little beat down on some fools.
Was there new guys there? How often is there new people there?
I would say new kids come in. There's about 2 to 3 new kids every time that I
Oh wow.
see, but I'm not there on every day, so I don't.
Right.
There's
Okay.
probably some days that are just nobody comes, and then there's some days that are 20 kids on the mat, and there's 2 of us, and we gotta watch them all. You know, it's crazy.
It's interesting. Streaming is a little bit like that too. Sometimes you have, for almost unexplained reason, but definitely for a reason that's going on. You know, school let out early in this area, or
Right.
there's a vacation in this area. There's a not as many people, and then there's a ton of people on certain days.
Right. Yeah, if for no reason, other than just it happens. Some people just come in, but on Saturday there's usually about 12 to 15 kids, depending. And then we get to, and then afterwards we roll, and usually the adult class is pretty relaxed. We do a study hall, like a recap of what we did in the beginning, and then there's probably 20 minutes worth of rolling, and then you can kind of stay after. And we kind of bow out the first class. So, you know, you bow and you shake hands, you do all this other stuff to make sure you kind of close out the class, and then you say, okay, open mats. If anyone wants to stay and roll or something or work on something, you kind of free time.
And your instructor stays there during that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, they'll probably just do paperwork or something, or they'll sit down and ref a match, or someone will say, "Hey, can you help me with? I've been trying to do this one leg lock and I keep missing it. Can you help me with my technique or whatever?" So
one-on-one participation like that from a coach is the best way
100%.
to improve. Like, I mean, if you get the opportunity, so this is actually a thing in the military too. You have a class, and then afterwards, the teacher is always like, "Okay, I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes. And as long as you're this person here and is willing to get taught, I will teach forever."
Yep.
It doesn't matter. And I'm always a person that would be there every single time until they would no longer do anything anymore.
Awesome.
Because the class they just taught was useless. They taught it super generically. They weren't
Right.
focused on anything, questions that I had. They didn't realize what information I had. The instant that you have that one-on-one, they're like, okay, I know what this person is, and I know what I need to start teaching them from ground up. And then you actually get taught.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's how I learned every weapon that I was ever handed, ever.
Really?
I knew it better than anybody else because of that. Because there was always that master gunner in the team, and he always did that, and I knew he was the best. And I would always sit down and be like, "Hey, Bishop, how you doing? I want to learn about this now." And he's like, "Okay, let's do it then." For the next hour and 30 minutes, where everybody else is doing sleeping time, I would be learning how the 249 operates under conditions above 300 Fahrenheit.
Yes.
That's how it was. I love that. That was one of my favorite things. I always want, when you talk about this, I always want to go to the jiu-jitsu classes and try it out, because a one-on-one coaching is super fun.
If there's ever a day where
I can teleport,
you and I end up meeting up again, and it's like on a Saturday, we can find one near you. I think I know the area near you're in. I know there's at least 4 gyms we could walk into, and we could go right then. It would be great. It'd be great.
It would be cool. Yeah, that'd be down. That'd be great. We should even we could bring a camera, huh? We should record the entire thing, and then only edit to where I win.
They would. They would.
No, totally. Come on. They wouldn't allow that. Really, there's no cameras.
Not the whole class. They want you to come in and do the deal. You could do little 3 or 5 minute segments or whatever, and or record one roll or something.
Maybe we could talk to them and be
there-
like, hey, we have a show, and we can advertise your business on the show.
There are some classes that are no cameras, shut off everything when you come in, because this is what they get paid for, their information and all this other stuff.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Their one-on-one teaching is a big deal.
And I totally
That's why they
get
don't
that.
have a YouTube channel, right?
Right. And some of them do the opposite is, I'm giving everything away for free just to get my word out there. If you want to come get one-on-one, if you want to come be a part of my community.
This is why I'm the best. Look at this. That's what I do. That's how I tackle the
yes.
I'm the best. That's what video game companies do too. I have the best game. Play it on stream for free. Get my permission. Unlike Nintendo,
far
that's
and
like,
away.
no.
Yeah, far and away. I think the ones that are much more successful are the ones that have the open model.
As far as we can tell,
yeah,
because there's a logic behind this Swedish car company that makes 6 cars a year and has the best possible cars ever, and has super secrets and it sells it at premium. So maybe there's a coach out there that's like, no, this is different.
Yeah,
you have to pay for this. Okay, this is big money. So that this is, each way can work.
Yeah. So if you and I, if we ever do that, that'd be great. I could. I usually, out of respect for the instructor, I'll send an email before I show up to a strange school, because I'm with a school and a lot of other. Most of the schools, all the schools know each other, especially in the same town.
Okay.
And
makes sense.
if they're
it's like
in
all
the
the streamers that play Terraria know each other.
Pretty much, right. And they have this little community. Also, there's certain schools are in the same association, so they'll take students.
Stream teams, you mean?
Kind of like, yeah, they'll take students from other classes, but then if you're just in town, we'll take students from that school for like a week on a business trip or something, but you're going back, you can come roll here too, as just a part of promotion. But then if you show up for like 3 weeks in a row and you're not leaving or whatever, they're going to say, hey man, why don't you make this your home gym so we get the payment, right?
I see. Okay.
Because they want the payment. Or they'll say, look, Monday through Friday you're rolling twice, Monday through Thursday here, and Friday and Saturday at this gym. Can we split up your fee into 50 and 50 and do something fair?
Yeah,
right?
That seems nice. I like that. I mean, yes, the associations want to work together as best they possibly can to get the customer to continue to be active in jiu-jitsu in order to continue being paid.
Right. And some guys are out of town Monday through Thursday, but they still want to do it, and then they go home to their home Thursday, Friday,
Saturday. Roll on the mat there, right? For sure. And you want to encourage that. Like, so it's actually a bit different from how we do things. For a Patreon sub or a Twitch subscription or a Topa subscription, that renews from your bank account automatically, regardless of whether you're rolling on the mat or not. And I'm not sure how the gyms usually take their payment, but I'm sure a lot of people actually pay in cash or on the spot.
Some do,
don't have recurring stuff. So that might be a bit different. Maybe you can get away with having a person who's inactive for 12 months and still getting paid by them. I don't know.
That happens a bunch too. It's most of it is a flat fee per month, and it's taken drafted automatically.
It's just like a gym, or just like a Patreon sub, or just like a sub on Twitch. Okay, great.
But
we could do this. We could start our own gym right now. Yeah. It could be it's not your jiu-jitsu gym, but it's a school of thought gym. Right.
We totally could. Come.
You should have a physical location.
Yeah, we saw.
Look at that, easy peasy. We can talk about things, Yep.
So yeah, it was super good. It was very it was good. It was kind of cathartic and therapeutic, because
good word.
I had missed it. I hadn't realized how much I missed it. So
that's good. Did you get a good welcome back? Hey, Clinton!
I did.
It's good to see you again.
Blake.
I said Blake. You wouldn't call you Cloud, of course.
Yeah. So there is my instructor, the guy that I teach the kids class with, is a purple belt with 4 stripes. He will get his brown belt in mid-November.
What is the brown belt? What is that tier of?
I think I have a picture of the belt system that I can put up. Yeah. I grabbed that for some other reason. I'm sure I grabbed it for some other reason, like on my stream, because, stuff I was talking about, trying to fill the minutes. Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh really? Okay, yeah. Have you guys been playing Ark, or have you been playing Terraria still? What have you been up to? Rocket League?
I'll tell you that in just a second. Let's do this for kids. I'll show that one. I'll also show you the kids one. I do have these. That's cool. All right.
All right, give it to me. Give it to me.
Not that guy. We want this guy. All right. Belt system EAY027. Okay, come on. Oh, it's in the Clown Town bucket. There it is.
Oh, bucket.
Hey, buck you, buddy.
Well, I'm glad you've been having a good week. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure the exercise, ever since I added push-ups to my stream, I've been feeling a lot better.
Oh,
I'm
totally.
not sure how long that will last. Oh, man. I don't know if you were there today, but we'll finish with your week before we start talking about mine.
Right. So there you go. It's, I don't know if that's big enough, but
You can see it, okay.
yeah. So you start out with
It's
a
burned.
white
Oh, man.
belt, and then after about a year and change, that is an ambitious schedule. They put up the months of how
That's
long
like the
you've been
bare
going.
minimum schedule, probably.
They assume going like 4 times a week,
Oh, I see, okay.
but this schedule says that you're a blue belt within 8 months. That is not realistic. Usually it's about 1.5 to 2 years to make sure you're a blue belt. This is maybe going 4 or 5 times a week and
Oh my
picking it up
gosh.
good and all that. I mean, it is a brutal attack on your body. You know, this assumes no injuries, no nothing like that.
All right, yeah.
I would
I
say
mean, this is pretty intense. Okay, so let me get this graph right. So
Yeah.
for the first month, it takes you 1 month to jump, and then 2 months to jump, and and that's cumulative.
yeah. So I guess it would be eight months total for a white belt is this chart. But again, usually
Okay.
it's about double these times.
Jeez,
Yeah.
this is a long time just to get the strippy.
Br-
I mean, you get like a dash on
Yeah.
your belt, right?
Here's the thing: is that no jiu-jitsu academy wants to promote too quickly, because then if they think they're bad and they go to a tournament, they're going to get schooled very quickly that
Right.
an 8-month jiu-jitsu student will get pretty much tore up by a 1.5 student.
Right.
Right.
Mastery comes after like
Absolutely.
1,000 hours. something like that.
Assuming same weight class, assuming not
Right.
one of them is not just a freak athlete, assuming a normal human, right?
Freak athlete.
I mean, I would say that if those of you who know who BJ Penn is, BJ Penn was competing and holding his own against black belts when he was an advanced white belt, which is is absolutely unheard of. Which is why his moniker is the Prodigy, because he was just this amazing. Jiu-jitsu just made sense to him, and it made sense to his body, and he was just this incredible, also credible athlete, also incredible, just a guy that understood the human body very well, and he got his black belt within about 3-4 years, I think, which is unheard of.
That's crazy.
Most everybody, all the black belts that I know, have a 10 to 12 year journey, for sure, to black.
And again, that's barring injury, like significant, unable to roll injury, right?
Yes, yeah, and sometimes, I mean, and the guy who's about to get his brown belt next month, he's been doing it for, I think he's about 7 years in, and he's now. He's a 6-day-a-week guy now because it's now his job. He quit his other job to coach and teach full time.
So he was doing it part-time first.
Right. I think he was working like at a tire store or something, and
Okay.
then, which is a very physical job.
Which is good for
then-
what he was getting ready to do, yeah?
Yeah, and then he would go. This is insane. He would do his, which is he's lifting tires and putting tires on, which is physical and dirty. Then he'd go shower and put that lava on his hands. Wash his hands off.
Lava?
I put
The goop?
Maybe if I had some
The-
lava or something, you put that
the-
lava on your
the-
hands, and then
Oh,
he
gosh,
would
it's called?
yeah, it's lava. Lava soap.
No, we have a thing like that too. That's for getting rid of grease,
Yeah,
basically. It's called like goop or something for us.
goop or something like that.
Something like that.
Right.
Anyways, yeah.
Anyway, he's now a 6-day-a-week guy, so he's kind of on this pace to get his stripes.
Okay.
But he's on at a 7-year journey, and the week I started, the same guy, I watched him just completely blow out his knee on the mat right
Ooh.
next to me, And I went,
Jeez.
what did I just get myself into? Because this guy was just writhing in pain on the mat. And then next day he comes back to the academy to pick up some stuff, and he's on crutches. He's like in this full knee brace on crutches.
Oh man, absolutely wrecked.
And he just got wrecked. I mean, he was out like 8 weeks or something, and he was just now starting to run and put pressure on it after 8 weeks. So,
jeez. I mean, I would be fine if that happened to me. It wouldn't be a big deal. But working at a tire shop,
yeah.
I don't know how he handled that. Wheelchairing himself around.
I guess they moved him. Yeah, they moved him up to the front to do customer service or something, you know. And,
guess so.
And
service with a smile.
So anyway, this though, right about where you get dangerous is purple. So
okay, after what?
If you're,
year?
Oh no, purple belt is around 4 or 5 years. Yeah. A blue belt will take you from about 2 to about 4 or 5 years, so something like that. So, and by the way, I've been doing it for about 3 years, but I take off every summer, and usually in December I take off, some in December too, and I have a blue belt with 1 stripe. So probably mat time, I'm right at 2 years and change.
Okay, you're getting there, Clowney.
Calendar year, I've been doing it for 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
So it really does matter how much time you put in the mat, obviously, right?
100%.
How much time you spend actively doing the thing.
Yep.
Have you ever run into anybody who had a belt and you're like, that person should have a higher belt?
100%. Yeah. There's a guy at our academy. His name is Fake White Belt Ben, because
Fake White Belt Ben.
and
that's not a real white belt. Hey, no, that's not a real white belt. No.
And you know how I figured it out is when I went flying through the air. Yeah,
you're like, whoa.
Because I sat down and I was a 4-stripe white, which means I was about to get my blue belt, and I sat down with him, and he had a white belt with no stripes.
Okay,
and then usually with those kind of guys, you just want to react to them and kind of,
have fun with them.
Be gentle and roll with them and teach them and start talking with them and all this.
That's fake white belt Ben.
And the next thing I know, like I am over through the air, and I fell into a Kimura, and I went, okay, well there you have it. And I said, and I got up and I went, well done, and I said, guys, this is not a white belt. And I said,
this is fake white belt Ben.
Yeah, so now
that needs to be a Twitch channel name. Fake white belt.
Fake white belt Ben. Yep, and
fake white belt Badger.
White belt Ben is way better than I was, and he says, yeah, I did some training in college, and he's been doing it on and off for about 3 or 4 years or something. I was okay.
So yeah,
there you go. That's right.
Good. Yeah, I figured that would be the case. There's times where you don't get. I mean, do you get promoted faster? I mean, you get promoted faster if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
The guys can judge your skill level.
100%.
Right?
They can
like just touching you, feeling your reactions, going 1 or 2 rounds with you. They can understand what's going on.
Right. And there was a time where I thought I was going to change academies, because where I'm going now, it's really the only 6 a.m. class that I have that is really in town that I can get to, because I need to do it at 6 a.m. I can't do it any other time. So there was gonna be one that is 7 minutes from my door instead of 18 from my door. And
okay, that's a pretty big difference, actually. It seems small, but it's actually a really big difference.
Over time, and when I can get home and there's no toll roads, I don't have to do a toll road.
That's twice a day you're hitting that. So.
And actually, it ends up being 4 times a day, because morning there and back to work.
I see.
And then evening there and back with Ash. So the same day, it's 4 trips.
Okay.
And
so distance is probably the biggest factor for owning one of those locations.
Oh, it's huge. It was huge, right? And yeah, you can't. It's not like Target and Amazon, where if I can't go to Target and get it, I can just go get it off of Amazon.
Right.
So you have to go there and actually do it. So
that one-on-one, you can't even YouTube videos, even stream isn't gonna help unless you have. I mean, nothing you do is gonna be the same as an in-person. Yeah. And teaching
at the time, and at the time, I had just got my blue belt, and I told the new school, I said, look, I am happy to put on a white belt and walk in, and you guys evaluate me and put me wherever you want. I just want to learn jiu-jitsu. And they went, yes, finally a student that does not give a care
about the belt,
about the goddamn belt.
I see I could easily see that people focus on this a lot.
A lot.
They see a belt and you're like, you're lower or higher ranked than me.
Right.
And I respect
It's
that
a
100%.
big deal. It's a big deal.
That's I've dealt with that a huge portion of my life. Yeah.
Right.
The whole rank thing is really drilled into people. I think it's mostly smaller people because they get something and they're like, yes, I'm finally a notch above my previous notch.
Right.
And anybody at that notch or below,
yeah,
you're not, don't hang with me because I'm bigger than you now. That's, as someone who's above that, you're looking to jump huge notches anyway and surpass all that nonsense.
Right.
So they have a big focus on the notches deal.
Right. And I said, man, I will sit there at the end of the line. I will put on that shiny new white belt. I don't care. I just want to learn jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And I said, I'll let you guys can put whatever belt on me right now. Right now, according to this school,
red belt.
I'm a blue belt. But if you want to put a white belt on me, I'm completely fine with that. In fact, I kind of crave it because there was no expectation.
He's just a new guy.
There's no target on my back. There's no nothing.
Oh, my blue guy belt. I'm taking him down.
Yeah.
You're the white belt guy rolling with a blue belt guy. You're like, okay,
yeah,
this is it.
Yeah.
You roll with a black belt. You're like, it doesn't matter if I lose.
Right.
That blue belt though, I want it.
Yeah.
I want to take him down.
And sure enough, as soon as I got the blue belt, all of them were like, all right, Blake, let's break this in. All right.
Let's do it. Oh, and you have it vice versa too. You got your blue belt now, so all the higher ups are like, "Oh, you got a blue belt now."
Oh, yeah.
I see. Okay. Now you're okay. Now you're gonna get okay. So beatings coming in.
Yeah.
So we used to have the new guy get line up in. So there's a guy on his left, down his right, all the ways lines down.
The gauntlet.
And the guy who got ranked runs through the line, the gauntlet, whatever you call it, and.
Yep.
Now the secret to that is swing back. Okay. You start swinging back as the guy in the gauntlet. People are like, whoa.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro.
Whoa. Hey, and you run. Boom, gauntlet over. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that, and so I was happy to go down if they told me to go down. But if you but an instructor who can roll with somebody, they can feel this is a blue belt. This is definitely more, or this guy is doing really well and lasting a long time. This guy's a brown belt. I can tell, right? They can kind of tell what they're rolling with for 100% for sure.
I bet it's like that for StarCraft players too, or chess players. I bet they can immediately feel their opponent's abilities
for sure.
in the instant they start playing with them.
Right.
It's like even though it's a mental game, you're not actually hands-on with your opponent. You can visualize how they are doing and what level they're at.
Yep. But yeah,
I always want to do those kind of things.
And if someone is a legitimate purple belt, then those guys can start putting people in the hospital.
Right. Okay.
That's about the level. So I'm
on accident. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, not even accident. Like they'll mess
and
you
on purpose.
Up. Yeah.
On accident and on purpose. That I meant.
So the purple belt versus someone untrained is a really bad deal. Purple belt and up.
Okay,
blue belt is against some white belt against someone untrained. Blue belt is someone untrained. You know enough to just maybe basically defend yourself or get out
or get beat up
or get out. Get out. That's number one.
You know just enough about fighting to get beat up is what we used to say with our training. That's all you know. You don't know anything beyond that. Just enough to get whooped. So if you were to go and get into a fight as say a black belt or brown belt and defend yourself or your stuff, your car, your loved one, and take a person's life or injure them significantly, would that be brought up in court that, hey, this person is a trained martial artist?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
So I mean, there is some liability to having this belt as paperwork.
I have a brown belt buddy who is a brown belt with 4 stripes. And he's
pretty up there
to get his.
He's very close to black belt.
Close to black belt. He's a
lethal killing machine. If so, like his hands are like firearms.
Yeah, and he was the coach at the other school that I was about to join, and I said, look,
okay,
and I said, you cannot get into an argument.
Yeah, if you get into a fist fight and he swings at you, you cannot.
Yeah,
you really can't.
I said,
you're different.
You don't even. I said you can't. Not only can you not fight, you can't even get into an argument. You can't even get emotional. You need to leave if something heated happens.
You're right. He could not get emotional if he lost control of himself.
Yep.
I feel the same way a lot of times with any type of even caffeine. That's why I try to stay away from caffeine because I feel like I have the training of such that if I do something really
Yeah.
bad, if I go crazy, I could do really bad things to kind and nice people immediately in my vicinity.
For sure.
I never want to do that.
For
That's
sure.
super scary. So that's, I mean, for sure, he has the same burden on himself. If
Yeah.
he gets drunk at a party and he makes a bad decision, he can ruin the rest of his life and someone else's life.
100%.
like that.
100%. He can
That's pretty
certainly.
scary.
Yeah, I've rolled with him for a little bit, and yeah, he can mess me up. He's
Right.
I've
It's all
got
about
about,
experience.
I've got about 20 pounds on him.
Woo. That's a big difference.
Yeah. And I'm stronger than him in terms of how much we can bench press or how much we
Sure.
can leg press or whatever. So I have absolutely more size and bigger muscle than he does. His head is huge though for his size of his body.
Look at the size of
Look
that
at
boy's
the
head.
size of that boy's head.
Now, mind you, jiu-jitsu is all about conquering that exact adversity.
But he will wipe the floor with me absolutely. 100%.
That's what he's been trained to do, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. The stronger you are, good, great,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. And he's super crafty, and he's pretty chill. And so is the instructor that taught me for a long time. And some guy. In fact, he has this great story where we were all at this one party. It was about half jiu-jitsu guys, half non. And someone heard that, oh, you're the professional, you're number one here. And they said, oh yeah, that's cool. And they started asking questions, and they said, well, what would you do if I did this with your arm? He kind of grabbed his arm or something, and he goes, I probably wouldn't worry about it too much, and just kind of turned away. And just turned away.
I probably wouldn't worry about it too much.
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I would try not to think about it.
Yeah. Which is the perfect answer. It's like, I probably wouldn't worry about it too much.
Probably not a big deal. Probably fine. Probably don't know what you're doing. Even if you had me in the most perfect kill position you could possibly have me in,
And he said,
you probably wouldn't know what to do with it.
what would you do if it's like, what would you do if I just grabbed your arm like this? And he goes, I probably wouldn't worry about it too much. And and it was awesome. He just took his,
Good, great.
that was it. Oh, look at that. Look at my cup. Look at there.
Oh, I can't see it. That's right. See, I've been using a green cup too.
Green
So
cup.
I got a new toy in the mail, a
my
green
goodness.
morph suit it's almost perfectly green. It needs a little bit of tweaking. I think a little tiny bit of it. I have it, but I'm not gonna. I had to cut the fingers out, by the way. Oh man, it was really weird. I had to cut the fingertips off because I couldn't feel my keyboard or my mouse.
All right.
Because of the
I heard that part.
The cloth is so freaking weird. Wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say funky.
Yeah.
Funky and weird. It's like I can like feel through it. I've never had like a morph suit on or like stockings or anything like that.
Mhm.
Not a morph suit, like a really tight clothing on.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, and I think I'll try wearing it sometimes because it makes me a floating head. And what is the most talked about thing on anybody's stream? Interactions with green screen.
Green screen.
End of story.
Holy
There's nothing
crap.
that you talk about more than anything like that.
What? That was Ash is a floating head. He's
Floating
got
head,
a green
yeah,
shirt.
exactly.
He's got a green shirt. Yep.
And as a streamer, that gets old after joke one. Like you're done. It's over.
Oh, yeah.
It's end of story. It's floating. Yeah.
Let me see.
Are we still here? Are we still doing this? Is it still necessary that we talk about the green screen interaction? No, it's not. Can we stop now? But oh my god. Yeah. No, they lose it. I don't understand. But it's an easy talking point, I guess. So it's good for you to use as a streamer. I don't know. I think it's fine. I ordered the suit. We have the suit now. I'll end up doing something with it. Apparently, there's some really weird YouTuber that goes around in public with it. Will you stop it? There's some really weird YouTuber that goes around in public with that on, and apparently makes some weird stuff goes on with that, which is not interesting per se, but it is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I have it now.
Ash and I have our little cloaks of invisibility, these little green screens, right? So
Not
you
even,
put them
not
on
even
there.
close to mine. Okay,
Oh,
my
yeah,
invisibility
yeah.
cloak is way
Yeah,
more
yeah.
powerful.
Yours, you've got like a level 4 attack going on. We've got these little level 1 your shroud of invisibility, right?
Right.
Badger,
Cloth-
there's a section missing from your hat. Your
Yeah.
hat's a magic.
Yep.
It's a floating hat.
Yep. But no, people say it to me, like seriously. They're like, "Hey, did you know that
Did you
your
know?
green screen is interacting in such a way with your hat that it can no longer be seen?"
My arm's cut off.
Like they have, they have
my arm.
legitimate concerns for me. They have legit. No one can see this. No one can hear this, Clowntown. Okay, stop. Well, you can do some cool tricks with that.
Yeah.
Actually, you can do some funny stuff.
So we have this
Everyone
little
has
piece.
a legitimate concern.
Yeah, we got this piece of cloth, and I think I had the wife go get a specific piece of cloth. I mean, we even
Right.
did pinking shears so it wouldn't fray.
Oh, see.
And
nice.
we used to wrap this around our head during a boss fight or something dumb. I mean, it was. God.
It's for the lulz, man. What do you?
It's for the
what
lulz.
do I do for the LOLs?
Yeah.
Is the question you have to ask yourself as
Right.
a entertainer. When will I stop
Right.
to make them laugh? I was talking about Jim Carrey the other day on my stream, and I admire that man because he will take it as far as he thinks he need to take it, and then he'll double that
Yeah.
crap. He'll just go ham. He will just go.
The level of
Doesn't
commitment.
care.
The level of
It's like,
commitment
hey, you
is
took
so
it too far,
huge.
Jim. No.
Nope.
One more step.
Watch.
One more.
Watch.
One more. Watch. Soon. Soon they're gonna be crying on the ground. Okay.
Right.
And I love that about them. I think his movies are great. I think he's great. I want to be more like the Wolf and Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Is my two heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is. Let me see if there's a. Let's see. Let me see if this is safe for streaming.
hit up.
Basketball. Where is
You know
it?
what? I was looking at like 1950s music.
I
the other
can't
day.
I can't even show this.
You can't.
No.
I was looking at 1950s music the other day. It is amazing how many copyright music, how many copyright deals are on YouTube with music from 1955. I was browsing music from 1955, and almost all of them are copyright
Oh yeah. Yeah.
on
100%.
YouTube.
100%.
You know the audience on YouTube is mostly teenagers. A majority of teenagers use YouTube, from teen to 23. Seriously, 1955? You're killing me here.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find good non-copyrighted music that isn't like wah 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 wah
Dubstep.
wah 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 or something like that.
Yep.
Some electronic stuff that's no good. There's no good singing when I really want it to be an actual song that I actually play. Like I really want Fallout music for the Fallout channel. Like I have the official Fallout soundtrack, which is ambiance music. It's
Right.
the worst actual Be Right Back music ever. Troy's a little bit better, not much better. It's still ambiance music. I don't know. I've had this struggle since I started streaming with the whole finding a good soundtrack.
Oh,
I think I found
100%.
one or two that are not copyright. And my biggest disappointment yesterday was 60 Minute Man is a copyrighted song.
If you guys Google Will Ferrell basketball, and there's an image there where he's nude except for a basketball covering his twigs and
Dude.
berries.
Yeah, it's definitely unsafe for Twitch. That's
right.
for sure.
But I've put up a picture of him holding a beer and just in his normal uniform with the knee-high socks and pants and all that. In that movie, the trailer that he did for that, it's the same thing as Jim Carrey. But if you guys Google Will Ferrell basketball, he's laying on his side like the Burt Reynolds Playboy pose, except he's got a basketball in front of his jubblies. And
In white socks.
in white socks. And you look at that, and at that moment, I looked at him and I went, there is nothing he won't do for a laugh.
He got naked in front of the studio, walked
Yes.
over to that bench, laid down. Hey, give me the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Or-
what happened. That
yeah.
was this series of events.
Yeah.
He didn't like walk out of dressing room with the thing over him. He was like, all right, let's just do it.
Let's
right?
just do it.
Like,
Right.
let's just do it. It's not a big deal.
For the
Let's
laugh.
just handle it. Let's get one laugh.
And
I
he-
want one laugh out of this.
And he doesn't, I mean, he's not like, it's not like The Rock did this, right? He's not got the
Right.
Rock body where
No.
he's not
He
up.
doesn't sell his body. He doesn't come on an album cover like, yeah, look at this.
Right.
He doesn't train he eats,
Yeah.
as a human. I don't know what his regime is or what his chef cooks him, but he did not work for the scene.
Right.
He was like, let's hit it right
Yeah,
now.
let's just do it.
Naked
Let's
shot.
just do
Let's
it.
go.
Let's do it. Yep. Yeah. So
I have a lot of respect for this kind of stuff.
yeah.
I-
And
it's
right about then, I think that was the time where that website called Funny or Die showed up, and they started making those videos, Funny or Die. That is one of the most perfect names ever, and I wish I would have thought of that.
Funny or die. I mean,
Funny or
it
die.
encapsulates what you have to do to be funny, right?
Right.
To get real funny. I will do whatever it possibly takes to get an LOL.
You're gonna laugh.
or I'm gonna die.
You are
or
going
I'm
to
gonna-
laugh, or I'm
Right.
going to die. That's it.
That's a good philosophy in stream. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what you're gonna do.
Yep.
Making someone smile is a big win. Like you're gonna come back to something that makes you smile, right?
Mhm.
That's what relationships are supposed to do for you. Make you smile. So everyone in chat, name me leave comments, your favorite actor. And it's probably gonna be a comedian.
If I could stick
that.
it's the Rolling Stones, and one of my most favorite songs of from the Rolling Stones is "It's Only Rock and Roll," but I like it. Right. First line: If I could stick a pen in my heart and spill it all over the stage, would it satisfy you? Would it slide by you? And would you think the boy is strange? Like what do I have to do to entertain you? Right.
And that's why the Rolling Stones are the.
That's
Rolling
why
Stones?
he's Rolling Stones, right? If I could win you, if I could sing you a love song so divine, would it be enough for your cheating heart if I broke down and cried? If I cry, yeah.
God, John, please. Why?
Yeah.
Why you do this?
All he's trying to
All
do
right.
is entertain. I will do whatever it takes.
Jack
to entertain.
Black. Good choice, Zero. William
Black.
Dafoe.
William DeFriend.
Different. That's low-hanging fruit, sir. Lol.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Well, I know William Dafoe. I don't know if he's not a comedian, I guess.
No, he's not a comedian. He's just
He's not an LOL actor. He's in the
his
Spider-Man trilogy. He's an American Psycho.
his teeth go from one ear to the other. Like he has so many teeth when he smiles.
He's got more than normal.
He's
It's actually
got-
confirmed.
He's got all of them. He's got
He
all
actually
the
had a surgery recently to
all the
remove
teeth.
some of the teeth. He actually Nicolas Cage is definitely a comedian, comedic actor. I want to
Put-
say.
Put
Face that.
the bunny back
Oh.
in the box.
Do you know what movie I watched from Nicolas Cage? Next. Next is I wish there was like a movie series for Next. Have
Really?
you seen Next?
Is it good? No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay, so it's where he can. It's not really spoilers. This is the beginning of the plot. He can see 2 minutes into the future.
2 minutes.
That's it for himself. So stuff that happens to him. So like he could be sitting right here, and as far as he can possibly run in 2 minutes, he's there right now, this instant, and he can see what's going to happen around him. So he could make the choice to go downstairs, get his double barrel shotgun, kick in his neighbor's door, shoot them to death, look into their house, and then not do that all, kind of thing. Because he can see what he's going to do, and then every time he
okay.
sees and does something, it changes, and then it's he's a time lord wizard thing.
That's
within 2
great.
minutes. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna hit on a girl, you can do it 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And you know what works and what doesn't.
You
And he
can
actually
try
does
it.
that.
Yeah.
You try it over and over and over and over again. And if you're at the casino, within 2 minutes, you know exactly what your next hand's gonna be. Playing
Right.
blackjack for the wins. It's really good. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the best superhero powers ever because it has extreme limitations. And he only gets 2 minutes.
Right.
And it's really cool what he can do. He can dodge bullets, right? Like no problem. You can't hit him. You can't sneak up on him. You can't trick
Right.
him.
You'll never be able
Unless
to
you
sneak
trick
up on
him
him.
within 2 minutes, right? He has to have lost within 2 minutes. If it's like 2 minutes out, this thing happens to him, then he fails. But within that time, it's so cool. I love it. Nicolas Cage, you're a killer. Good choice, Montero Blade.
Nicolas
I'm
Cage.
gonna say my favorite is gonna be Jack Black's a good one. I'm gonna go Jim Carrey though.
Jim Carrey
my
probably.
number one.
Yeah, I probably Jim Carrey or probably Will Ferrell. Once
Or Will Smith.
it wasn't okay. All right, I have a story about Will Smith. So
You met Will Smith?
I have a story about Will Smith.
You have a
So-
story involving Will Smith, surely.
So once I saw the basketball photo of Will Ferrell, I went, "That's how far he'll go," and that he became my number one very quickly. So
Good stuff.
Will Smith I was watching an interview with him, and when he was doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he's such a hard worker.
And that's one of his earliest roles.
For one of his first big breakout roles, and he was so nervous about it. He went home and not only memorized his lines, but he memorized the lines of everybody else and memorized the stage direction and the whole show. And this is every single time.
For every single
time.
episode.
So you can see in the first season where he's supposed to be sitting on the couch, he says his line, and then he looks over at Uncle Phil, and then Uncle Phil's delivering his line, and Will Smith is going and mouthing his line also because he knows what he's going to say.
Oh, wow.
So in that first season, you'll see him kind of going, yeah, Will, don't do that, or something. And he's mouthing what Uncle Phil's saying to him because he's memorized all of it.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Oh, man, I would love to see. I'm sure there's YouTube compilation of this.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's insane. So his work ethic. He also, when he was getting in shape for Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
amazing regiment. He had an attitude
this is
of
a role where you had to be shirtless, like a huge
Oh, yeah.
majority of the time.
and he had to
Right.
bulk up. He had to get up to around 200 pounds because, and he was a skinny kid, and now he's like this big, he's a big, healthy, like 190 pounder, right? He's not, and that's not his frame. He's a skinny 170 pounder, maybe. Tall, skinny 170 pounder.
Shitty says Emma Watson did that for Harry Potter.
Oh, memorize
She-
everything?
Oh, every line. Oh, is that what it is? I was thinking
Probably.
she got swole.
No, she gets like that.
She would have to wait. She memorized it for every line. That's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think all of those kids in the Harry Potter series that was their first thing, right? Like, I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if they had any prior experience. And that, you're the Harry Potter kids. The biggest issue with that is that you're the Harry Potter kids now, and that was it. You're never gonna go to another movie where I'm not gonna be like, "You're a wizard, Harry," and you're just never gonna get away from that. Like he's been in a bunch of Daniel Radcliffe's been in a bunch of stuff after that,
Right.
and no matter what, if I do watch that, if I do watch him, I can't ever believe his character because he's gonna whip out a wand like Belly Armus, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the thumbs up for the peanut gallery over here.
Yeah.
Good.
Thumbs up.
Emma Watson got swole for the film, right? That makes sense to me. Totally. To memorize other people's lines, that's very interesting. I wonder, is that a method acting thing not a method acting thing, but a technique that actors use often?
When I would on the few times I've done acting, I memorized the cue line.
Right, that you were going to go off.
What's coming at me. Yeah. So I'll memorize that one.
I guess to understand the scene and get into what's going on.
All right.
Because you probably aren't really listening to the person that's talking when you're doing your thing because you're about to do your thing.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing you got to guard against. And in your head, you deliver your line, and then you got another one coming up, and you're going, "Not my turn. Not my turn. Not my turn. Not my turn. Go."
Not my turn. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Okay. Yeah. Totally.
And
you're waiting.
in the times that I did better at acting, I memorized the whole story, the whole theme, the whole script, and read everything and absorbed it rather than just the lines. And then I could kind of steer it, even steer the emotion differently, and kind of play with my lines a little bit.
So I guess it makes sense. So you had your emotion set up even before you got on scene.
Yes.
And you understood how your character would react to the words that were
Yes.
being spoken, even if you weren't actually ingesting those words for the first time. Okay.
And you always want to go. You always want to go to the line and do the line the way the writer and director, author, said it. But then if you want to do it again, there's times where you look over and you kind of need to be sad, and you throw in this one or two words that make it big, make it a bigger deal, and then you get off stage and they'll go, "That was fantastic. That was awesome. That was so good." And some of the best ones where that happened. Anyway, I put up a picture of Will Smith and Ali. That is not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's 199 pounds Muhammad Ali bulked up. He was a small heavyweight too. Ali was. He was not as big as Foreman. He was an undersized heavyweight. He was just so fast.
Sorry, George? You mean the guy who made the grills?
No, yeah, George Foreman. Dude. Do you know that story?
What story?
About how Ali beat George Foreman? The long story short is that George Foreman was at the time the baddest man on the planet. He was the same stigma that Mike Tyson had for the longest time, being.
I know you got him picked.
Yeah, that was it. That's it. Yeah,
I know you got him picked.
I know you got him picked. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Yep.
Because at this point, Ali's in the decline of his career. He's slowing down. All the critics are picking against him, and they finally agree to fight. He says, "I'm going to come back. Not only am I going to win the belt, but I'm going to do it in George Foreman, and we're going to do it in Africa." And somehow, this is the most crazy thing that Ali ever did. Even apart from his accomplishments in the ring, outside of the ring, he turned the whole thing against George Foreman because George was a quiet destroyer. He's not the happy-go-lucky guy he is today that's selling the grills. He was
Right.
a mean, dirty, angry
Ornery?
mother scratcher, right?
Okay, good. I like it.
And what turned him into that happy-go-lucky guy was his loss to Ali. He went into a deep, deep depression and hated himself, hated boxing, hated all this, and he had all this bitterness came crashing in on him. And that's when, like, he had some deep, deep discussions with God and with himself. And he came out of that a new man, a believer, a family man, a businessman, and a genuinely good dude that reached out, was just a welcoming dude. And Ali's,
Oh, it's very interesting.
it was like a year and a half, but after all of that work that he did on his own soul or his own psyche, he came out a new man, way happier.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
And he said, anyway, so George was this baddest dude, and nobody wanted to fight him. And he put guys away so quickly that it was like Mike Tyson, 90 seconds, right?
Right.
Is about how
He had the
long
knockout
every
punch.
fight. He would
Not
knockout
a lot of
punch.
athletes get the knockout punch.
And
when
he
they
would
do.
hit so hard. And Ali came in there, and he starts talking trash.
Right.
And
That's what Ali does. He's a talker.
Oddly enough, George is a blacker guy than Ali. And
Okay.
Ali ended up getting the black fans behind him as the underdog black man versus the evil empire white dude, George Foreman.
Okay.
And
right. So Ali is good at that. Ali's good at the mental game.
Yeah.
He did that a lot.
Yeah.
And after every fight, before every fight,
Right.
he run his mouth.
Right.
And that was a good tactic for him. That worked really well.
Yep. And he came after George so that George would go in there fired up. And then there's all
Right.
kinds of controversy about the ropes, about his plan to have George punch himself out. Right. So you want a fighter to throw a lot of punches and miss and do ineffective because it's hard to throw hard punches. You don't
It takes a lot of stamina.
You don't have all those. And Ali did not have the power that George did, for sure. He didn't have the size that George did, but he had speed and he had a way bigger gas tank. Like, he could go a lot longer than George. So his plan was, I think there's some controversy as to whether or not he had this done to the ropes beforehand or he arranged it. But the ropes were, instead of being more rigid, they were very
He could bounce them.
springy. So what he would do
We've
is...
seen him do that before, though. We've seen him take the rope, lean back,
Yeah.
and then bounce in a circle. And
Yep, it's called...
You keep moving in that way.
Yes, it's called the rope-a-dope,
Okay.
That's what the rope-a-dope is that when you lean way back, you kind of put your hands up, and not only they have to step almost over your own feet to go reach you,
Right.
but you can see them coming a mile away. It's not like you're leaning
You have
in.
a big gap.
Right.
And you can't close that gap because of the ropes.
Right.
Because of the position of the legs.
Because most of the time, when you're boxing, this looks like your wink.
You're lean forward.
But your chin's down, you lean forward, and
Because that's your button.
You're kind of turning even to the side a little bit, and your
Right, because
shoulders
you're
are
not
sunk in.
you're not allowed to strike the back, right? You have
back of the
you have
head.
hit points.
You can hit him
back
in
of the head.
back, but
I mean, it's so that
it's
oh
not
yeah, I
effective.
guess you're right.
You
It's
hit him in
not,
the,
it's not going to do
yeah.
anything, right?
Not
You
gonna
hit
do
him in the
anything.
you hit in the ribs, maybe. No,
ribs are good. Stomach's good. Liver's good. You don't want to hit him in the kidney. I think you'll get a warning for that. But if you hit him
really?
like right in the shoulder, it's his shoulder, right? That's a block, right? It's like
Sure.
it's like hitting this. It's not a big deal. But coming in underneath is good. Like all of those, and of course headshots are what you're really going for, right? Most times.
You want to bounce the brain around.
So instead of being like this in a normal boxer stance, and all tucked down chin and turn to the side and real compressed, you have to lean back. And so, George, instead of both fighters being leaned in like this, one's leaned way back, so he even has to come farther, and then their feet are kind of almost on top of each other trying to reach him if he can lean on those ropes, right? So he got George to essentially get all emotional and punch himself out in the first, I think it's 4 rounds. In the 5th round, he turned it on when he saw George breathing heavy, and then he came after him, and sure enough, caught George right on the button and knocked him down. And he wasn't the biggest underdog in history, but it was, I think.
No, Ali was a god. I mean, I don't know. You have that up incline and then decline,
Yeah.
and you have to judge for that. But at his peak, his movements were,
Right.
I mean, he would play with him. He'd put his hands down.
Yeah.
He would hit me.
Yeah. and he's
Hit
just
me, come on, what are
dodging.
you doing?
And he would
He's not doing it against bad people. He's doing it against other really good people.
World class, right?
And he's not supposed to do that. And the moment that someone does that to you, like like what happens to you as a person, as a fighter, as an athlete, you're like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you to death. This was a match. Now you're gonna die, and then you lose.
Yeah.
To Ali, who is just. I mean, Tyson would do the same thing too.
Yep.
He would just, well, you gonna hit me or no? I don't know what you're gonna do.
And the economy of movement with Ali was so good because it takes, if you're watching good high class boxers, a dodge like this is hard to do over and over. A dodge like this, you just want to barely get out of the way.
It looks like they barely dodged it every time.
Right.
But they only use very little energy to
Yes. It's all economy of energy and keeping your gas tank. So if you're good at movement and just kind of dodging, you can really keep your energy going just knowing.
It almost looks like the enemy is missing you rather than you're dodging them.
Right. And you're moving your head just minute amounts, right? And so anyway, this thing, it was a giant shock to the world that Muhammad Ali won. I think Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson was a 40-1 underdog in Vegas. This was not that. This was around high 20s, low 30s or something. Ali was
Ali's class.
Heavy underdog. But end of his career, and by the way, George Foreman was the baddest man on the planet. Nobody wanted a piece of him except for Ali says, I'll take some of that, and he wins. And not to mention, it's not even like they fought in a controlled environment. They fought in open air.
Did they?
Yes, in Zaire, 103 degrees.
Interesting that they chose that locale.
The worst idea ever. It was in the 90s and hundreds at night. And
wow.
Yes.
And that's a huge factor.
It's huge, right?
That's not okay. So that's a huge factor.
Yes.
That is. Getting into a fist fight in 90-degree weather, you're like, okay, no, never mind. We're good now. I'm just gonna go. Let's just leave. Not a big deal. Yeah. I mean, I've done very basic, very very basic Army, close quarters combat training in 90 degrees, and about 2 seconds in fighting someone with both of you have full gear on, you just lay there and you're just keeping hands away from your face.
Yep. That's
all you're doing. You don't have the energy to smash someone there anymore. You're just gonna. I couldn't imagine getting into a boxing match for 8 rounds.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Nice. Yeah.
That's a huge show of strength and having a huge gas tank, I guess is a good way to put that.
Yeah, 100%.
You're a machine when you're going like that. And that comes from being at the mat and boxing for 12 hours a day.
Oh, he did so much. He did so much. He came in, he was all just flab when he started. He looked out of shape. Like they started stacking him against him, and he just trained hard and walked in, and he looked really good when he walked in.
You can usually, we do that. Then we go. I don't watch UFC fights very often, but you look at the guy's body and you're like, okay, this guy is out of shape, or this guy is in shape. Now, that doesn't always give you the indicator of who's going to win or not, because some guys have a different body frame. You have to really know a fighter to know if they're in shape or not, because you could have a flabby guy who has a lot of stamina. Mm-hmm. That flab is there for a reason. That's his body type. That's what he's been training with. He has that. That's part of his weight and physique. But Muhammad was, at that point, not so great. I'm sure as soon as you win a couple fights, people are like, hey, you want to go party? When previously, no one cared about you at all, right? No one was giving you free anything. No one was giving you drinks. No one was giving you anything else. Some Colombian Bam Bam, which I'm positive was obvious. Like instantly after winning a big fight, you're flushed with cash. Definitely someone's gonna come up to you, proposition to you to go have a good time at this locale. Hey, I own a club. You can get in the club for free. Bring your friends. And drinks around the house the entire time. I know that's the case. When previously they would have gone back to their gym.
100%.
Done other things.
Oh, absolutely. There is the temptation. Chuck Liddell, it was a huge risk the whole time. Okay, hang on. Let me grab some.
Yeah, go check those gifts. These are great gifts. This second gift is a fight that I was thinking of when I was talking about Ali. Just like, nope.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I think that's Ken Norton. No,
the first gift really shows off how Ali is a jerk. He's a jerk.
Yep. Watch this. Dodge.
Deceitful punk.
Yep. No, that was Ken Norton in the first one. And then he does this little shake and bake, right?
Shake it back.
The other guy that can do this, let me put this one up, is what the world saw is another guy named Anderson Silva.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
put him up
Anderson,
here.
it's great.
He had the same economy of movement where he's just barely out of reach. This is him fighting.
See, Anderson's in a different. Was Anderson a boxer ever? I only know him from the UFC.
No, he started off in, I think, Pride. He was always a mixed martial artist.
So Pride was like a whole different thing. If you guys didn't know,
Right.
Yeah, Pride was there was no rules. There were rules, but it was
Very
it kind of
few.
prided itself. And
Very
there was no
few.
rules. Like headbutting was allowed.
Yep.
Anything goes when the guy's on the mat, stomping them. Anything that went. Like many athletes got very, very badly injured
100%.
in Pride, which is mostly a very small deal. Like you probably didn't hear about Pride even while it was going on. Most likely UFC got Pride to even be known now, which is kind of sad. And it makes sense because you don't want to hurt your athletes. You never want to hurt your athletes. You want your athletes to keep coming back, just like you want your streamers to keep coming back, because that's who brings the audience back. I know Mike Tyson. I know Anderson Silva. I'm going to come back and watch their fight in particular because I'm interested in them. And then when they break their arm and they can't fight anymore, you lose that audience. Anderson Silva is no longer on the poster to fight Mickey Ronson, and I'm not coming back to that fight.
Right.
So that's why UFC has been much more successful than Pride.
Yeah, that's Yushin Okami. I could not think of his name. I thought I was trying to say it was Korean Zombie was the one. I was just talking about the Korean Zombie today. It's actually a dude, but that's not Yushin Okami. Yushin Okami is a fantastic mixed martial artist. But anyway, that's Yushin Okami, who is I think his specialty is Muay Thai and boxing.
Kickboxing, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Show those gifts off. People need to see those gifts.
Oh, can I? Let me see if I don't know if OBS will like this or not, but I will say.
Do your best. You should. If
Copy
you're
link.
doing a screen capture, you should be alright. But I don't know what you're doing.
I was just doing image.
Oh, okay. No, it's not gonna. Maybe it will work. I don't know. Try it out.
Okay.
I'm not really big into fighting. I'm not really big in the UFC, but I really do respect the guys who go and get punched for other people's enjoyment.
Yeah.
Because I have that feel. I have dancing monkey feel in my job.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see if I can just grab it from Imgur. See if that'll work.
Toaster asked, didn't we talk about the same thing with Mike Tyson and his original trainer? What was that, Toaster? Remember what he's talking about?
Dodge. Ollie. Dodge. All right. We'll see if this works.
Good luck.
Good
You got it
luck.
from the source?
Yeah, I just grabbed it from the source. We'll see.
I believe in you, Clantown. These are really great gifts. You can
Yeah.
actually post them in chat if you want to.
EAY.
I don't know how we guys started talking about this. Oh, we talked about jujitsu, yeah.
Yep. So, let me see if I can grab there you go, a GIF file. Oh,
I
it's
see.
working, it's working, it's working.
is it?
Yeah. So there you go. And if you watch this GIF, Ali looks like he's even getting hit. Whoosh, whoosh,
Yeah, it's
whoosh,
so
whoosh,
close, right? You have to slow it down a little bit to make it, for you to realize that he is not being impacted by those punches whatsoever.
And you think about who just used a ton of energy and who is just
a
kind of
microscopical amount.
Right.
Even afterwards, the guy's like, he moves his hands up and looks down, taking a breath. Because that was anaerobic exercise he just did. He just blew a bunch of oxygen from his muscles, throwing those punches as fast, as hard as he could. Those were not light, hello, here I am. We just got to the match. That was like, I really want to hit this guy in his butt and knock him out right now.
Yep. Right.
And it was
right this minute.
And it's worse. To hit a punching bag and have impact with your muscle. It's much worse to throw a punch that you intend to impact and suddenly have your target move away, because that punch now has to be brought back too. That energy gets dispensed, and you're and you, as far as you could possibly be away, full extension, and then you bring it back, and that sets your tempo off. That takes your energy away. That takes all of the oxygen out of your body. That is the worst thing that can happen. As you swing at your enemy. You always want to be impacted.
You need that punch to hit, otherwise.
And Ali is just like nope. Very quiet.
And
very kind,
let me grab this one. I can get the other one.
His body is, at least. Wolfie asks, have Blake and William ever done a terrorist stream together? No, we have not.
I think that's on purpose.
Yeah, probably. I don't think anyone would show up, to be honest. I don't think anybody would ever be like, oh, Batter's here? No. Oh, no, Clown's here? Oh,
no. We've done combo streams that are not Terraria.
Yes, we have done. And I think that's probably
It's
What we'll stick to.
probably much better. Much better.
The second GIF is not my favorite, but it also shows
yep.
off a little bit of Ali's.
And he's just hanging
mental
on the
game.
ropes. Yep.
And also shows off the rope game. Now, this is a bit different because he's actually in the corner,
Yep.
not actually using the ropes. But he is using the full circle dodge
Yep.
there and getting away with a lot of punches not used. And again, it's getting tired, not hitting your opponent, being frustrated. He's not even moving. He's just sitting there. And then also the mental games. This is no longer a fight. I want to kill this man.
Right.
This is not a competition anymore.
Yep. This is not.
This is live. This is getting broadcasted. This is going to be recorded for forever.
I 100% regret shaking his hand to start the match.
I should have spat on him. Is what I should have done.
I should have clocked him right then. Yeah.
And this happens before the fight starts too. This is the mental game which occurs well before you step in the ring.
Yeah.
They're already talking smack about you. He's already saying things like, "You got him picked."
Yep.
It's really good on his part, and it just shows off how insanely strong and fast someone can be.
And
this is his reactions aren't.
Oh.
He didn't see the punch coming. He's moved before he knew he dodged.
Yeah.
Because he's seen the punch coming that many times. He's felt the punch coming that many times. He sees the muscles in the arm right here twitch before he sees the hand move, and he's like, "Oh, nope." Because that's what he has to do. Because action is faster than reaction. There's no way Ali is reacting to these punches on a conscious level. He's reacting to these punches well before anything else in his mind is realizing he's doing so. He's had that punch pushed at him so many times that he's memorized. And that wiggle.
Yeah, that wiggle. I'm so shocked I even got these gifts to work.
You did a good job.
I had such low expectations of OBS.
And paid off, man.
I tell you what.
Did you just do image capture or what?
No, I just pointed to a GIF. The second one was a GIF V, and it wanted to save as video, but that I had to go find a different one that was just GIF.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Anyway,
Wolfie Jan, how you doing?
I did it.
Wolfie Jan's here.
What is up, boss? All right. All right. So I have an assignment. I need to go see Next. How many times have you seen Next?
3 now. I watched it just recently, so 3 I hit.
Okay. Do you wanna do that for our first commentary?
Oh, we totally. Oh yeah, I totally could do Next.
Because
I could ramble about Next for 8 years.
We cannot do a movie that you've
seen before. I agree with this.
We can't
do
a movie
not seen before.
We can't do a movie cold. Right.
I agree. I think that's
we have to do one that is familiar, and this sounds so completely interesting. Yeah.
I love this movie. I would go for number 4 on this one.
Yeah. Okay.
So you go watch it, and then we'll set up a time to do this. And then also, I talked about this on my stream too, so we'll tease a little bit. We'll have another one where we could do them cold, but it would be much more relaxed, Patreon only environment where we just walk together.
That's a fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. So
I love it too. Yeah, I think that would be really fun. It's been something I've been trying to do for a long time.
Yeah.
It's always been kind of tough and difficult to organize, and how do we all get the movie and all that stuff. So there's been a lot of blockades, but it would be an amazing sub reward and a really cool way to get to talk to people. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. Let me see.
And it's a good thing for us to have for Enough About You YouTube too.
Oh,
that was probably the best place to post it.
Okay. Let me. Last year, I don't even know if it's there. Netflix. I'm seeing if Next is on Netflix.
Yes,
I think it is.
I think that's where I watched it. Yes, because that's why I watched it. I was like, is there any? I was looking for Nicolas Cage movies actually because we watched The Wicker Man just previously. I was like,
really?
Nicolas Cage, you're such a good actor. I love you, Nicolas Cage. Oh man, I called that movie though. I did. I called it. Even like I called it so hard. I don't want to even spoil The Wicker Man. I know it's like super old. I don't even want to spoil The Wicker Man.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Watch The Wicker Man if you haven't. You haven't seen it? Oh snap!
Okay, it is on Netflix.
You've seen Shyamalama Ding Dong endings, right?
Yes.
Shyamalama.
Yeah.
So the big ending with the ridiculous borderline twist. This isn't a ridiculous twist, but this is a twist where you're like, why?
Are you saying? Saying that The Sixth Sense was not a good ending?
Okay, so he fell off a bit. Is what I'm saying. The Sixth Sense was fantastic.
Oh, his movies are now from the mind of M. Night Shyamalan. That is a curse on a movie now.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He peaked with number 1, and then the rest of his stuff is dog crap.
Toaster apparently didn't like The Wicker Man. Come on. At the very end, you can't say that was not a fantastic scene. At the okay, we can't. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't spoil that one for me. I realize I break my own rules here by saying,
Right.
Look, you get 30 days. All right, 30 days.
30
And I'm spoiling
days.
the goddamn movie for you. You know.
Hey, don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it for me though. Don't spoil it for me though. Right? No,
Yeah.
I wanna
my
get
show.
spoiled.
It's my show.
I kind of do the same thing too. Mine's for a lot of small stuff. Like in Fallout 4, there's a lot of little tiny things that I don't want spoiled. Like there was a event where a ghoulified kid was brought to their parents, and someone told me their parents were alive, and I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, that's really spoily, and I was kind of mad about that.
Oh.
So there's some things that are okay, and some things that aren't. I don't know. Oh, have you seen Westworld? We should definitely talk about Westworld.
I haven't.
Okay.
I just got another recommendation from my meeting this week. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay, yes. Absolutely hit that up.
Really?
Guys, if you have not seen Westworld,
It's a series, though, right?
sat me down. She tied me down. She like roped me in. Like she had me in the rear naked choke. I didn't want to watch the Westworld. It's like, well, it sounds dumb. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. No way. I sat down. Millisecond one. Millisecond one. I was like,
Ooh. Gotcha.
that got me good. I
Gotcha.
did not move. I did not move from my
Gotcha.
location until that 1 hour first episode was done. I was like, oh, okay.
There you go.
Now that
Okay.
does not happen to me. That does not happen to me.
All right, two ringing endorsements for Westworld. There you go.
Okay, yeah. If you get two, that's a big deal. I
Yeah.
think it came out Wednesday. I think it came out, or the day before. Tuesday it might have come out. Not sure about that.
Yeah. So I guess I gotta
West,
dip
dude.
in.
There's a two you gotta hit up.
Yep.
Two good ones. Two
All
10
right.
and 10s for me.
On
You
our
can do Wicker Man or not. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll
I
do
like
next.
the ending. Yeah, do next.
Yeah, I'll do next. Okay. You had me write this down. Fallout
Oh,
3.
right. Oh yes, your story of Fallout 3.
can't-
Okay, so
okay.
reason Clowntown can't play Fallout 3. I'm super interested in this. I want to know.
Oh, it was horrible.
Okay, so let's set this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Fallout is a video game universe in which the World War II ended. The nuclear bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and what happened was the Cold War wasn't so cold in
Right.
this alternate timeline.
Right.
Basically, nations continued the Cold War. The Soviet Union did not break down. They continued amassing weapons. They've amassed weapons until 2076. No, 2076. 2076
2076, right.
is the October 23rd, 2076 is the day that nuclear bombs dropped all across the planet.
Right.
Nuclear Armageddon hit. All the major cities in America were hit by nuclear weapons. Don't really know the information about locales otherwise, but we can basically safe to assume that everyone else is absolutely destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get so little information in Fallout 3 other than your controlled little pod environment,
Yes.
right? Where you've been growing up, you've got this tons of propaganda going on.
Yes, propaganda is very important in vaults. So vaults are institutions in which people hid during the bomb dropping / before
Right.
the bomb dropping. They were built as a nuclear fallout shelter, basically professionally built, crazy people bomb shelter thing. You know, you hear about not hoarders, but
Preppers.
preppers. That's it.
Preppers.
You hear
Yeah.
about preppers? It was a institutionalized preppers, right?
Right.
And they built these vaults, and you got paid. There is a bit that goes on with that. Definitely check it out if you're interested in this kind of stuff. So far, I'm not going to spoil what vaults are, but you start off in a vault in Fallout 3, and you're institutionalized and stuff like that. And Clowntown.
Yeah, so I get this and I get it home, and it was I actually got a CD or DVD of it, or CD. I didn't. It was not on Steam. And I take it. I take it home. I get going, and I'm going, okay, cool. This vault thing. It's pretty nice little environment here. I'm doing the thing, and the moment I get in there, it's propaganda coming at me, and it's a little sinister. And it's a little bit, okay, something's not quite right. And then I get outside, right? I get out of the vault, which...
Oh, you got out of the vault all the way? Okay. So you
Okay.
played like 30 minutes of the game.
Oh, I did 3 hours. That was
Oh,
my
okay,
first
wow,
night.
okay.
I did 3 hours. I think I started somewhere around... No, I did like 5 hours into it. Something like... I started kind of when I got home. I ate dinner, and then I was, okay, I'm going to go play this, whatever. I think I played till about 11:30 that night.
That's a deep play session. That's a deep play
It was
session.
a deep play session. I got out there and I start running around,
In
and
the nuclear wasteland.
and then
basically.
I end up wandering. I didn't go. I think I couldn't understand the navigation system very well, so I got off of
I
where
think
I was
everybody
supposed
does
to
that
go.
because I did the same thing.
And I got into this school, and these raiders were starting to come after me.
Oh yeah.
And then
I
I
think I
saw
know
these
the
little-
school that you were in.
These two-headed deer that was all
Red
jacked up.
stags.
Yep.
Brahmin, probably actually.
And then, yeah, I saw some jacked up skinny cows and these little rats and all this. And everything I tried to do to heal myself, I had rads, I had radiation sickness. I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Interesting. The wasteland's not a very kind environment, is it? It's not nice.
Oh, man.
The nuclear apocalypse sucks.
100% is. Oh, man.
Everything sucks.
Everything sucks. And let me see. Where's that? Let's see what year that was.
When Fallout 3 came out, oh man,
2009, I want to say. Something like that.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
2008. October 2008. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so. All right, so I at the time I had both kids at the time, and the school was all run down, all these animals, and I just went into a depression after that. I shut it off at like 11:30 at night.
It mentally affected you in such a way that you were depressed.
And I pulled away from that, and I shut it off, and I went to bed, and I didn't sleep until about 2:30. Just
Oh my gosh.
sitting there.
You had post-traumatic stress disorder from a
It
video game.
Sucked so bad. And then for the very several days afterwards, my sleep was affected. And probably probably another month or so, I would have these horrible thoughts about what happens.
Yeah. I mean, the bombs could drop. I think it still happen. Like, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
an
Yeah.
insane
Anytime.
idea.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it
yeah.
totally. I mean, one or two, maybe not like full absolute meltdown, but
I mean, it's not a good place. I'm hoping we're all just zapped at that. We need to be right under it. That's what that convinced me of, was we need to be right underneath it instantly. Like it needs to land on my house is what it needs to do.
would you prefer that?
100%.
Just get
100%.
whacked right then, just like
100%.
whatever.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about the kids. Would you be the guy in the zombie apocalypse that'd be like, all right, family, come into the room because I'm gonna blow all your heads off?
No, I probably wouldn't do that. Zombies are different than nuclear stuff because we could still do crops and we could still do land and we could do like the Walking Dead business. Like that business, I could probably make it in the Walking Dead. Yeah, I could probably make it. We've got some stuff.
It's a bit different, yeah.
Nuclear stuff is a whole different ball game, and nothing is safe. Nothing is safe to eat.
Yeah, not really. You get radiation poisoning is
Everything.
invisible, lethal,
Yeah.
and very, very difficult to detect.
Yeah.
Invisible.
Yeah.
You could be getting dosed with radiation this second,
Right now.
and then what's gonna happen is you're gonna start vomiting. You're gonna feel a little bit sick, a little queasy, like normal symptoms, and
Yep.
then you're gonna go into massive organ failure.
Right. That's it. Done.
Rats.
Rats. Yeah.
You don't like. There's really no. So the guys who went to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant to shut down the emergency override, whatever, for the reactor that was going there. They survived for a while afterwards.
Yeah.
It was not pretty though.
It
They were
doesn't-
exposed to extreme amounts of radiation.
Yep. You don't feel it. It doesn't
You don't-
itch.
right.
It doesn't itch
It's-
or anything. Nothing.
It's crazy what the radiation does to you. It affects you on it affects you on a molecular level. It breaks your body down and destroys it, changes your RNA to do things to your DNA that you up.
Yeah.
And
It'll
don't
mess
make
you
it
up.
work no more. Like it does crazy stuff. Now, a lot of times radiation is attributed to mutations. Like you talked about the two-headed cows and animals
Right.
that you found. Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably just gonna kill it.
Yeah. Just done.
It doesn't. It
You're out.
doesn't really do that.
Let me do that. Yeah.
It usually doesn't make you stronger. You don't Superman out
Right.
or not Superman out. I'm sorry, Spider-Man out.
Hulk out.
You don't get. Is Hulk radiation? No, it's gamma waves. That's not even real.
Gamma rays.
It's not real.
Gamma
is it?
particles. Gamma particles.
Is
are
gamma
real.
particles real?
Oh, for sure.
Are you sure? Google it. Google it right now. Because I
Yeah.
don't know that gamma. I think gamma is a made-up thing.
No, there is a gamma ray.
You're a gamma ray.
You're. How do I know you? You know how I know
How
it's
do
your
I know
gamma ray? How? There is a gamma. There is a illustration of mission of a gamma ray from an atomic nucleus. Yep, there is a gamma ray. Look.
Okay. Anyways, he's gamma rays, okay, which is a form of radiation, I guess. There you go, guys. Read up about gamma rays. I'm gonna put that on my my reading schedule to learn about what a gamma ray is.
Gamma
Anyways,
rays.
you're not gonna Hulk out. You're not gonna get stronger or better.
You're just gonna die.
You're just gonna die.
And as far as reproduction goes,
It does make you sterile.
right? You're
Right.
not gonna have a. You're not gonna get me and the wife are not gonna get dosed with radiation then have a super baby. No. Like that's not gonna happen. The same reason, right? Okay.
I didn't realize that was a consideration.
No. This. Okay. Why is that so funny?
Because I didn't think about that. Why was that a thing?
Well, look.
You can't reproduce if you're highly irradiated. You don't. Your babies die. Well,
Yeah.
not your babies, but your.
It's the
your
same.
dudes,
It's the
your
same
bros.
way that a
Killers.
like a cow and a monkey cannot mate, right? You're not going to see these half cow, half monkey creatures going along just because the DNA and RNA are not compatible. Well, that's what
Right.
radiation does. It makes your DNA compatible with anything else, right? There's not. It does not help. It doesn't. Nothing fits anymore, right?
Right. It
So-
breaks it. It does weird things to it. It randomizes it.
Yeah.
Now, again, there is because I said that. Someone's like, "Hey, you said randomize it, so maybe on like a 1 in Brazilian
Oh yeah.
chance,
Roll.
you could randomize that one piece of DNA to give me super jump or something like that, a
Right.
double jump midair."
But by the way,
It's
all those other
feasible.
yes. Okay, that one particle that hits you and turns your arms into just Hulk arms, right?
Yeah.
But then by
also
the way,
takes your
the other billion rays that hit you
Right.
just wrecked your liver and you're gonna die.
right.
That's it.
You're gonna die.
So your
anyway.
super arms that could have developed in 20 years, you're now dead.
gonna
You don't
help.
have a liver. You don't have a liver. You're
Yeah,
done.
Congrats.
Right?
So that's the issue. One
Yeah.
day, maybe we'll all be exposed to small amounts of radiation to
Right.
cure us of cancer or to deal with, I don't know, growths in our body that we want to kill.
yes.
But it's not going to make you. You don't get chemo and be like,
Yeah.
I feel great. That's not happen. That doesn't happen.
Okay, look at this. Look at this on Beam.
What you got?
Washington Post. The Fukushima.
Thousands of radioactive boars
yes.
are overrunning farmland.
I
in
saw the most
Fukushima.
brilliant tweet ever. Do you want orcs? Because this is how you get
This is
orcs.
how you get orcs.
This is how you get orcs. Okay?
They're glowing green and they're angry.
Yeah.
And they.
right
Oh,
there.
right.
That's
Good.
how you get orcs right
Radiation
there.
is Cancer. Yes.
And boars, they reproduce like crazy.
Yes, they are. The boars are prolific. They have a home in Australia now because someone
Yep.
brought them over
Mother
kill something?
Mother scratchers, yeah.
or something like that, and then they're on the island now, and you can't get rid of them.
cannot get
They're
rid of
really good. They're an amazing piece of evolution. They're freely huntable in Texas. You can do whatever you want
Yes.
to boars, basically.
Yeah, Texas has a huge problem with boars because they
Yeah.
destroy a couple billion dollars with a B, dollars worth of property and crops and
Oh,
all
yeah.
this stuff.
Because they're smart, they're fast, they're strong, they reproduce fast.
They
That
reproduce.
is a combination
Yes,
for humans.
twice. Okay, twice a year they have a litter of 7 to 8, right?
They're like
And
rats.
then
7, 8? Seriously, that's a lot.
twice a year, and they're freaking. They'll eat anything. They will eat anything.
Yes, they
They
will
will
eat trash. They'll eat plastic.
anything.
They will eat actually anything.
They will eat
themselves. They eat their own
anything.
babies.
Yeah, they'll eat anything, and they're ready for reproduction 6 months old. They're fully developed reproductive systems at 6 months old.
They're much like rats. My rats had a litter. My
Insane.
rat had a litter of 6.
Yeah.
Those are ready for reproduction at 6 months?
Yep.
They're ready to go. They're ready to go. Bidja bang bang bang.
The crazy thing is they evolve in very few generations. Like a lot of times you look at, okay, there's a wild boar that looks like this, and then you see a potbelly pig that's real pink and looks like this, and I've got this guy as a pet, right?
Yeah.
The
Pigs
potbelly
bang,
pig,
bang.
great pets. They're smart. They can do tricks.
Essentially eat you, though.
They're sweet, right?
They taste sweet, yeah.
Yeah, bacon. But then you look at this other boar and you go, well, is that a different species or whatever? No. You take that pig and you put it out in the wild and breed it a couple times, and it will
That.
develop its wildness and its feralness quick.
Real quick.
So quick.
Super quick.
Colors
They're
turn
cool like that.
darker. Yeah. They evolve so much faster. It's not millions of years. It's not 100 years. It's like maybe 2 or 3. And that same line of pigs went from crazy pink to black with that thick fur, thick coat of fur on it, all that sort of stuff. So
They're cool. They're fun to shoot too. If you ever get a chance, just don't get gored by one. Like what's that guy from Game of Thrones? You got gored by one? King something or other. Anyways, they're dangerous too. They'll chase you up a tree and they'll wait. They'll wait at the bottom of the tree.
Yep. There's
you're coming down. I'll get you.
Who's the guy that hunts these? Is it Ted Nugent? Yeah. He's the guy that hunts these. I think he's got a show on called Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. And I mean, they come in and they shoot from helicopters. Like they will fly in there and shoot from helicopters. They get a lot of pushback from hunters or from the anti-hunting community for being so barbaric and so innovative with their killing techniques. But these things are a big deal, and they're
destroy a
deadly.
lot.
They destroy everything. They will
kill
overrun.
People. I mean, it's right. Yeah, it's
a
common thing.
As the top of the food chain, they really don't have a predator that can keep them in check. They have some predators like bears, I guess, but there's not enough bears. There's not enough wolves.
I don't even think a bear would actually attack a boar. I don't think.
I think a bear would, but bears are like up in Canada. We don't have a ton of bears here. We don't have a ton of predators. We are the only predators that can take these guys out. That's it.
Right. I would say most places. I really don't think a bear. I think a lot of animals like tigers, bears. I mean, think of any big cats probably wouldn't even bother with boars. Because boars move in packs and they'll fight you, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the things they'll do. They're big. They're tough. They have tusks. They'll mess you up. They'll tear you up. They'll eat you too. I mean, maybe a mountain lion. Mountain lions are really, really on. I don't know. I feel like the mountain lion could still lose to a pack of bulls.
It would need to be.
I don't think anything is gonna fight a pack of boars and win.
Right. Or it would be a pack of wolves, maybe. Right.
Ooh, okay.
It would have
That's
to be
an
another pack that would pack. But usually wolves would attack a smaller pack where they're strategically advantageous. They usually do not go for line up an army on this side, army of this side, and march in like old school American Revolution type deal. Where there's a drummer. And there's just everyone with guns lined up. They don't do that.
Don't worry, we didn't do that for very long in the American Revolution.
Oh yeah,
I got over that pretty quick when we started losing like punks.
Yep.
The whole warfare changed in the American Revolution was pretty nice. The British were like, "You guys are not playing fair. What's going on?
Hey, you guys are hiding behind over there. Trees,
and we're supposed to line up over here. And we walk at each other. What's the deal?
Yeah.
This could go on forever if you don't let us beat you."
Yeah. Crazy. I wonder if it was like America that said, "Hey, we're not doing those. Who said those rules? We're just killing."
Well, no, we did it at first. Initially, the generals who were fighting the American Civil War on the American side were old British generals, and they fought in the method of the British, and they lost every single battle because the British had superior troops, superior training, and they had superior numbers of everything. They had everything going for them, and they lined up. They shot each other. They didn't have any artillery. Got whooped. Those guys died or quit or whatever. And then the fighting didn't stop. Then there was guerrilla warfare. And I don't know how many other cases of guerrilla warfare there were prior to that. Firearms are really just getting into manufacturing at that point, I think. So you could probably find some more cases of guerrilla warfare with like chariots and bows and stuff like that. But I don't know how prominent it was. It wasn't a real learned about and implemented tactic at the time to use firearms in guerrilla warfare. Oh, and snipers. This was actually one of the very first uses of snipers in war. Oh. There was a British general quoted as saying, "Sir, there's a shooter on the hill there," and he looked. He saw the shooter. He visually spotted him. He can't do anything from there. Bang,
bang,
wham! Dead general on the ground. Very first, because they were starting to use the thing in the rifling in their rifles that made the bullet spin as it was traveling through the air. And even though the degree of fire was huge on these muskets, the riflemen using them were so good because they use it for hunting because it was their job.
Yep.
Were so good at aiming those rifles, they could double the possible effective range of the rifles and hit targets. And the British were not prepared for this.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anybody was prepared for this, honestly. It's a pretty crazy thing. That was, I mean, it was totally new warfare. Like the Battle of Bunker Hill, charging up the hill into gunfire, like 1/3 the Americans just absolutely crushed the Britons. It was insane. Like all kinds of stuff happened during the American Civil War, which was fantastic.
How'd you learn about that? Is that in the service they teach you all that? Or are you just interested in that?
How did I learn?
Because you were not a good student, right?
No.
You didn't pay attention.
Video games, probably. I don't know how I learned about this. Probably video games, to be honest with you.
Really?
Oh, yeah, lots of video games I played have dealt with the American Civil War. I'm sure I picked this up somewhere. History Channel, maybe. I don't know.
History Channel. Yeah, that's good.
None of the facts on this stream are facts, okay? Only postulations by the streamer. Okay.
Yeah, by most amount of facts. I'd say most. So,
yes, it was considered unsportsmanlike to kill a leader. The
Yes.
British were offended by the attack.
Offended.
Yes, very, very often you're like, hey, I have immunity. Like if you met a soldier on the field and you identified him as an officer, if he were to ram you in the chest with his bayonet, you were like, okay,
right.
I will not return fire upon you. You are above my attack thing. Like I can't. Like if I'm a pawn, I can't attack forward.
Yeah.
I cannot attack a general as he is marked.
Yeah, but
And that was a thing.
that's Stratego rules. That's not
Right, exactly. That's literally what it is. Oh, great analogy.
Yeah.
It is the Stratego rules.
That's Stratego
You run up
rules.
against a general and you're a 9.
Yeah.
Is it a 9? Is a scout? Or is it good
Yeah,
at
yeah.
8?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I think
anyways,
bombs
you
are
can't,
9s.
You're like, oh,
right.
okay, I'm sorry. I'll just get me, I guess.
Yeah, oh.
Could you imagine that mentality? That's literally the mentality that was there. And I don't know when they started that. I'm not sure if Napoleon did that as well. I
Probably
don't think.
Probably after the first huge loss, we went, okay, screw this. We got to do something different. You
Like
know?
yeah, like I said, basically after the big loss, we understood that we had to use guerrilla warfare.
And do something
And-
different. Yeah.
I think Napoleon, and during the Napoleon warfare, was one of the very first time firearms were used, and they were fighting on this kind of deal.
Yep.
Actually, Napoleon was known for his guard, which is you were only allowed to be 6 foot in his guard. You'd be 6 foot or higher. Now Napoleon wasn't short. He wasn't deformed either. I know there's that Napoleon was a short guy who had a small hand. That's not actually not true. Napoleon was also 6 foot. He had a special guard. He had his special guard because he wanted them all to be able to line up and kneel down to do the firing rank thing
Oh, yeah.
and look really good while doing it.
And look good?
That's literally it. He wanted them to intimidate the enemy by their posture and size. That's literally what it was. And that's how the warfare was at the time. You would line up in a little flank and shoot your guns at the guys, and then they would run away, or you would die.
I
One of
mean,
the two would happen.
intimidation's a big part of it, right? I mean, that's...
Not so much today. More today, it's propaganda that will affect enemy force rather than looking scary.
Yeah.
We had a tactic we used called dehumanization, where we would wear a mask on our face if we were going to do something where we were not the good guys. Well, not the good guys, but not human. Because a lot of what you would do when you're attacking your enemies, you would dehumanize them.
Yep.
You would give them a nickname. You would think about them in a certain way that would make them a target. Use opposing force when talking about them.
Uh-huh.
The targets in the location. There's this amount of them. They're armed with this, and all that stuff. Right. Napoleon wasn't small for his size. He was like 5'7" or something like that.
I know.
I don't know.
Shady says he was supposedly her height. No. Shady
She's
can
5'7".
Shady can dunk. Shady can dunk. I'll tell you right now.
She can
She'll
dunk,
dunk.
apparently
She'll,
so.
she'll dunk on your face
I don't-
right now.
I can't dunk. I've never been able to dunk.
She'll dunk on
You
your
dunk?
face.
I bet so. Yeah, he was average height. I think he was like 6. I thought he was like 6 foot, but he might be 5'7". I'm pretty sure he was normal feet. English feet were different from French feet, so that's where the rumor came from. Ah, interesting.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I knew that rumor was a thing, and then that was false. So yeah, we would do that dehumanization thing, but that's not the same as being scary. That's for dehumanizing us
Right.
and preventing the enemy from seeing fear in our faces.
Right.
Because you're not a human being. You get worried
Yeah,
about stuff.
you're gonna
You
get
don't wanna
you're out
die.
there and you're gonna get scared if you're.
Doesn't matter
face
how
face.
hardcore you are.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, what was I had on this Napoleon? Yeah. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah. The one of the best was the Germans, Nazis. Their
Uniform.
Their uniform was so awesome. They were the elite stormtroopers from Star Wars. They weren't like the ones that miss the whole time, right? Those crazy guys.
No. Stop. That's not true. They did it on purpose. You
Which
want to talk about this?
Who did?
You want to talk about how the stormtroopers always miss on purpose if they ever miss?
They always miss on purpose?
So they let everyone go. they said, hey, everyone lose your lives, make it convincing so the Jedi can escape, so we can follow them to the location in which they're going. And then once they really want to shoot their targets, you can go back in the old films and see this. Like, look at it with a discerning eye and think about the story from back to front rather than front to back. They let the people go that they wanted to like miss the shots on purpose. And then when they go to take shots, they take 3 shots, hit 3 dudes. Boom. That's it. Like when they do this in the new Star Wars films too. When they want to hit a target, they hit a target. They're elite troopers. They are super elite.
Right.
You go back and watch.
Oh, I know. I know. It's from Jango Fett, right? Or what's the name?
Jango Fett?
Yeah.
Boba Fett?
Boba's dead.
Yeah, Boba Fett is Boba Fett dad.
No. Boba Fett is the kid. Jango Fett is his dad, and Jango Fett was the model for the clones.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes.
The infamous bounty hunter. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, they don't miss. That's not. They're super strong, super smart, super fast guys. They make decisions like super lickety split.
Right. Jango
Go
Fett.
back to the old movies. If you still think stormtroopers miss on purpose or miss on accident, then go back and watch a little bit and think about the events that led up into, catching the Jedi and stalking them, and watch what the stormtroopers are doing. They're taking losses. They're missing on purpose, and then go watch some of the scenes where they hit their targets. They hit them deadly accuracy.
Interesting.
Anyways,
wait a second. These blasts, Obi-Wan's inspecting the treads of the Jawas, and he says these blasts are too accurate for sand people. This is the work of the Empire. And he inspects the damage, and he says there's no way the sand. We're meant to think these were sand people, but this was the work of the Empire, right?
And that's what they were doing a lot of the time. They were trying to fake them not being involved and not knowing what's going on. Go check it out. Go watch those old movies again, because there was really good stuff put in there that really hasn't been noticed about the stormtroopers for a long time. It's pretty legit. Okay, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm a Star Trek fan, but I do know this about stormtroopers. They're not chumps.
I'm gonna have to think about this.
You're getting played, Sonny Jim. You've been played this whole time. Darth Vader done got you.
I've been played my whole life.
Done got you good. The new Star Wars is pretty interesting in where they make a clone not a person, or I'm sorry, a person, like they make him a character. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's like a main character in there, and,
right.
And it's a bit weird, isn't it?
How did that
I don't
happen?
think that's ever happened before, right? That's never been a.
That should not happen. You shouldn't.
Right.
You shouldn't sign up for the Stormtrooper Brigade.
Right. No, he didn't sign up. He was a clone, wasn't he? Or no, did he sign up?
He can't be a clone. He's not
right,
the same.
yes.
He's not. He doesn't look like
right.
Jango.
He doesn't look like Jango. You're right.
Jango looks like Jango. That's it, right? Well, we don't have.
Right.
We don't. I mean, we have a.
Well,
piece of the
that's
actor.
not how cloning works necessarily.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're not a clone.
Well, you could take, Django's DNA and then whack it with someone else's DNA and then have, produce something. That's kind of how it works for us.
Whack
but
it,
I don't know.
sir.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Whack it.
That's whack it with something. I mean, you're not like it's not having sex. You're just whacking it together. I don't know who knows what the cloning process is like in Star Wars. I don't know. The New Order takes kids from parents at a young age. Is that what it is? RTFA? Okay. So yeah, he was indoctrinated at a young age. I see. Oh, the New Order. Are they not clones then? Actually, I didn't catch on to this when I was watching this. Like, I had that question, but I was like, okay, maybe sometimes clones are defective, or they have a new cloning process or something like that.
Right.
Hacking and smacking and whacking. Yes.
All right,
great.
this right here.
You got something? Good,
That's
give it to me.
Jango. They should look like
Jango.
this. That's Jango Fett.
Is it with the mask on or no?
That's without.
Hacking it. Okay, great. Well, he does definitely does not look like that.
Yeah, well, that's not what's his name.
Right, the guy who betrays the Empire.
Oh, shoot, Star
I can't remember his name either.
Wars 7.
He's a main character.
Yeah, no, he sucks. We suck.
Only
John
guy
Boyega is the actor, but his name is
only guy I remember is
Daisy
Kylo Ren.
Ridley and John Boyega, but his name is Finn. Finn.
Oh, Finn.
Finn.
Oh, he had a simple name. Finn from Adventure Time, too.
Finn.
You should remember that.
Finn.
Anyways, doesn't look like Finn, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He's an attract. He reminds me of he reminds me of a character from Voyager, actually. Actually, is this a single character?
This guy's New Zealander. He's like one of the got some
Reminds me of,
Islander type of stuff.
No, it's not Tupac. Is it Tupac? I'm sorry. That's my nickname for this character. Hold on.
So racist.
It's not racist. He's an Indian. Oh no, he's not actually an Indian. I'm
See?
thinking of the other guy. It is. It's Tuvok is the guy from Voyager. Oh crap, who's the Indian?
Indian from India?
No, he's an Indian from Voyager. Chakotay. Chipotle is what his nickname is. He reminds me of Chipotle from Voyager.
Chakotay.
Chakotay. Yeah.
Chakotay Voyager.
Voyager. Looks a lot like
Chakotay.
Chakotay. No,
Oh, a
Chakotay.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the same actor or no?
Oh, no.
No. Looks a lot the same. You sure? Don't look at the
Look at me. Look at me.
Are you the Chakotay now?
No, I'm not. I'm. Look at me.
Are you the Chipotle now?
I'm Chakotay now. All right, where we are. Where we at?
Right,
Where's
Chester, that's
Chakotay?
correct. Tuvok. I like the Voyager, by the way.
There.
I really like Voyager. No one else on the planet has watched Voyager. Also really like Enterprise, which I might get hung for at some point in my life. Quite possible. Nobody liked Voyager.
Let's see.
I'm sorry,
Nobody's
nobody
around.
liked Enterprise.
It's huge. It's just a huge pick. There we go.
Tupac? No, it's Chipotle. Chipotle.
That's Chipotle.
How long is Voyager? Oh my gosh. How many episodes did I deal with Chipotle?
Not the same
I'm
guy.
sorry I feel like this is very slightly racist for me to call it Tupac and Chipotle, but it's really not. How many
There you go.
episodes? I typed in Voyager length and I got the actual length of the ship.
There you go. How long
Nerds.
is it? How long is it?
Nerds. Design and capabilities, crew, mission. God dang it, guys! Come on, you have to do this to me. I'm episodes. Jesus.
Stormtroopers miss, and we also talked about
Oh yeah.
Voyager.
Oh, we should come back. You should come back with some Stormtroopers miss with some clips of what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
172 episodes of Voyager. I watched every single one of those, and I
Really?
definitely the same guy, and they still call Chipotle and Tupac Chipotle and Tupac.
Not the same
It's
guy.
awesome. They're definitely the same guy, almost assuredly. Just do a transform and flip horizontal on left one, and then put them close.
All right, let's see.
Definitely the same guy, and then scratch them up. A little.
Chakotay. Let me look
If
him
it ends
up.
up being the same guy, you guys owe me so many stars. I'm owed so many stars if it's actually the same guy. So it definitely isn't. But
Names. It was.
look at the eyes. Look at the beautiful soulful eyes there.
No, not in there. Oh, Chakotay is a character. Star Trek Voyager.
Correct.
Okay. Chakotay is Robert Beltran. Is his name, and we're gonna scroll down, and Robert Beltran does not have a credit
in
for Star Wars.
Hit
There you
Control
go.
F Star Wars. Search it real fast.
Yeah. I just scrolled down the page, but now we're gonna do a star. What? Bling, bling.
You're Robert Beltran. Wouldn't it be okay if you could star in any role? What would it be? What would you hit up? 'Cause
Oh,
that
James-
definitely picks. What? Sorry.
James Bond, 100%.
That's a great choice. Well
100%.
done, sir. Good pick off the top. 4 best. Okay, things I know Clowntown is good at. Good words, strong words, good role choice.
100%.
I feel like I know you better than I ever have in my entire life.
100%.
Good choice. Great choice.
100%.
Clowntown, take this pen. It's an explosive. You say, rock out tonight, and you throw it and it blows up.
Yeah.
Boom. Get it. Got no problem.
100%.
Oh, man, I would definitely take a Star Trek role. I would be anybody. I don't care.
Really?
I'd be the red shirt that blew up. I would
Oh,
take it. I mean, I would-
Ensign Smith?
I'd be anybody. Ensign Smith, yeah. Ensign Joe Smith. Definitely.
Oh,
I don't
man.
care. Or it
James
could be
Bond.
the Vulcan. Or no, not the Vulcan. I'd rather if I was gonna be a smaller character, I'd rather be a guy who had like heavy makeup, like a Klingon. That'd be great with a big ridge.
Oh,
And
yeah,
have
yeah.
some sick hair. And then I would get in the I'd come into frame. You'd be like, you don't belong here, and then get punched by the captain, and then just be laid out, and that'd be my role. I'd be good. I'd be good.
Okay,
I don't have the complexion to be a Vulcan, obviously, but
think about that because you got to be in the makeup chair for at least 2.5 hours every
I'm
single
down.
day.
Because that's the coolest way to do it. Like I get on scene, I walk over to the makeup chair. It's like, how you doing? It's good to see you again today. And I lay back, I go to bed,
Yeah.
I wake up, and I'm a different person. I'm super down with that.
You just
Like I'm
sleep.
totally straight.
Could you sleep with people working on your face?
I mean, I could hella try. I mean, I take a Valium. Like, how many drugs you got over here? Because I will go to bed. I'll do some Dramamine. Or we could, what was that stuff? The
ZZZ Quill?
ZZ.
ZZZ Quill. That is great, man.
Quill. That was too funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I like Next Generation guy mine. It's not
It's-
as good as Deep Space Nine.
It's
or
not a
Voyager,
problem
in my
because it's really not creating consequences in my life. Look, there's your Z. There's your ZZZZZ.
opinion. Non-habit forming.
It's not habit forming. It's it. It's it. Look over here.
Oh, is it on? Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Of course,
yeah,
it's not habit
but
forming.
still.
It's not habit forming.
It's not first indicator.
You
Non-habit forming.
You could establish a routine. of chronic use, but not habit forming.
It's not inherently habit forming.
Oh,
Feel
man.
free to drink it as often as you want.
Not
It's a
habit
nighttime
forming.
sleepy aid. Okay, buy our product, but don't blame us if you become a drug addict.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So anyway, before we veered off into that, my only comment with that was the Nazi stormtroopers, like they did
Oh right.
all over Europe. One, it was tactical. Two, it was a very charismatic leadership of, hey, let's clean up Germany. And three, they create a culture of intimidation, like the red and the white and the
You're
black.
right.
And the uniforms was all just about scaring the crap out of anyone they got close to.
People basically I hate to say good things about the Third Reich ever, but people pretty much uniformly like the guy who made the outfits. He did a really good job.
He did a fantastic
Like
job.
the medals, the entire design of the entire army,
Everything.
He did a good job.
He did a fantastic job.
And there's a reason. There is a reason that they are replicated so much
It
in video
worked.
games because they are really good villains.
Yeah, they're
They
fantastic.
made
villains.
themselves villains. They did a great job with that.
Yeah, I
Now, as
remember.
far as charismatic leadership and organizing a very tiny populace to do a huge task
Yep.
very, very efficiently, I will not comment on.
Yep, and then also doing the a very homogenous purpose. Right, they all had the same exact purpose. They all had a very very similar look. It wasn't. If you look at our army today, coat of many colors. It has more
Yes.
colors than your hat.
Absolutely.
If
Totally.
you, right. It's just a mixture of everybody in there.
It works great that way too.
Yeah, and it's fantastic, right? But then if you look at the Nazis, it was healthy, large German dudes, blonde hair, blue eyes, powerful jaw, just like square head, just the whole thing, a very homogenous culture.
A bunch of Kurtz.
Yeah, bunch of Kurds.
Those are just-
But except most of them may or may not have been on their smoking Bracken.
Schmoken Brocken at the time.
Right.
Maybe if they had a couple more Schmoken Brockens, it wouldn't happen like that.
I remember having this conversation with Ash when we first saw Raiders
really?
of the Lost Ark.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because Nazis loaded all over those, right? And then so he
Right.
says, "Well, guys, Dad, is this real?" And I said, "Well, part of it." And
Yeah,
he
part
says,
of
"Well,
it,
what about Indiana Jones? Is he real?" Well, no. Well, what about
No.
what about the Nazis? Oh yeah, they were definitely real. Well, what about the Asian guy? He's probably not real. What about the Ark? Well, there may be an
Yeah,
Ark. Okay,
There's definitely probably an arc-esque
Yeah.
thing. Like there's definitely probably a guy who was Jesus.
Yeah.
And
and
he got inflated or whatever.
there was a king that raided Jerusalem, and they
Right.
think it's in Ethiopia right now, but it might be in Cairo. We don't even know, and that then there's some of that's made up, and some of it's actual, right?
Right, which is one of the best ways to do fiction. You intertwine
Yes.
reality with
Yeah.
fiction.
Yeah, it was very interesting. It's the same way to a degree that he did that. Do you see Inglourious Bastards?
Oh yes, I did. I didn't love Inglourious Bastards like other people did. I did enjoy
Yeah,
Inglourious Bastards.
I laughed out loud at so many moments in that movie when they went up to find Victor Hugo, or what's his name, and Victor Hugo was the one that was killing all those German officers, and he got thrown in jail.
Right.
And then the bastards come up and they break him out of jail.
Right. This is one of the beginning scenes.
It was
I guess toward the
middle.
The
It was
middle.
middle.
Yeah.
And Lieutenant Aldo Rain comes up and he says, Mr. Hugo, we're a big fan of your work.
Yeah.
You know? We're wondering if you'd like to consider some employment. And he's like, yes, let's do it.
Good.
It's like, it's better than sitting here rotting away in jail, right? You know?
Seems good. That movie is very interesting. And that actually, and interestingly, Inglourious Basterds is part myth, part reality. The assassination attempt at the theater was a real thing, I believe.
Oh, 100%. If it wasn't real, there was several attempts on hitting Hitler and his cabinet,
staff.
right? His close cabinet.
That's a good word for it. Yeah.
So
all at the same time, getting them in one location, whacking them all at once,
and figuring out where they're going to be, and then zapping them all at once, and trying to put all that together.
It's amazing that it feels to me like an assassination is a very easy thing to do if you want to do it.
Right.
That's what it feels like to me, but maybe not. I don't know. Like, I mean, a suicide bomber is just like right place, right time with a big jump out of the window. I mean, I feel like you could get it done.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to do it. And it amazes me that security detail for even the U.S. president is able to prevent assassinations on the president. Maybe
it's just that that because they're there, it deters a lot of attempts.
Okay.
Right? So
I feel you, because my profession has taught me that, yes, definitely looking big and looking scary.
Show of force
helps.
And you don't have to fight, right?
Right. You have cameras outside your establishment, even if they're not on.
Right.
Robbers are less likely to. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, maybe so.
So I feel like that's a ton of it. But if you look at a movie called In the Line of Fire by Clint Eastwood, you see that?
Interesting. No, I have not seen that.
He's a Secret Service agent. He said a bunch of that was pretty realistic, and they keep. There's a saying that goes. A person who wishes to trade their life for the president's will succeed.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You won't get in there and live.
Right. No, totally. Yeah.
Totally.
You're going to get popped.
But someone who wishes to trade their life for the president will succeed. And so that's
how it's always felt to me. Yeah. That's how security has always felt. Like if someone really wants to do this,
they will.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Well,
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna stop you. I can't. It's impossible to do so.
Right.
You can act in such a way. Action is faster than reaction.
Yeah.
For sure. Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't get away with stopping it.
Right. And so the Secret Service acts on that. I think they act on that moniker of, we're pretty much doing an impossible job here. Right.
Right.
And
totally,
so
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So they said, the guy that they were interviewing afterwards, they said the most accurate thing was there's a scene on the plane on Air Force One, president's in the back, and Clint Eastwood is sick, and he's blowing his nose, and he's runny nose, he's coughing, all this. He says that is the most accurate right there of any scene in the movie. We're on
the
whether
is sick.
No. The security agent, the agent is.
Oh, I see.
We're on whether we're sick, whether we feel like it, whether we've got the runs, whether we've got sneezes, whether we're vomiting. We're on. That's it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it.
You're on.
You got to go.
You can't do 1 hour days.
Yeah.
When you're
especially if the threat level is high, and you're kind of the only you're the only one who can fill that agent spot, right? So the attempt in Inglourious Basterds, I was sitting in the theater going, well, he's going to get away. He's going to get away. He's going to get away. But the movie, he didn't get away.
No, he didn't get away. He died. He burned to death.
The whole thing, all of them, it got it. And presumably the war ended right there, right? I mean, presumably. Because there's that exchange at the very end and all that jazz, right?
They gave up. But the guy out of the cabinet's like, okay, I didn't want like this anyway. I wasn't getting paid for this. We're done here.
Hans Landa, who is that general, the hunter, right? Hans Landa is and he's saying, okay, he's making the phone call with Lieutenant Aldo Rain, arranging his successful surrender and all this other jazz. We're going to take him in and all this other stuff. And I was completely surprised that they actually did it. I mean,
they were doing it in the movie. You thought they were going to fail?
Yeah, I thought they were going to fail. I thought it was going to be like what was Valkyrie came out about the same time with Tom Cruise.
Literally, Chad's talking about Valkyrie right now. Valkyrie is the assassination attempt with the explosive in the briefcase.
Right.
That failed because of location, I believe. apparently Mythbusters did some testing on this, and I think I remember the intention was to hit Hitler with a explosive device, carried personal explosive device that wasn't a huge explosive, but it was supposed to kill with concussion. Supposed to turn the membranes of his brain into mush, so that he would die. But not shrapnel or anything like that, because the room had windows in it. Concussion wasn't what it should have been. Location, and then therefore
so the pressure went out the windows.
And pressure went out the windows, and it hurt. It burned some people. It maybe blew off a leg if you were right next to it. But concussion is very often what will kill you and leave you with irreparable brain damage and an explosion. And because of the window room, it did not work. That was actually, I think, orchestrated by some of the people in his cabinet, in fact, that were like, oh my God, what is going on? How did this happen? That's an interesting movie. That has Brad Pitt in it, I think. I want to say he's like the main guy in it.
Tom Cruise is Valkyrie. Okay. Bastards was Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, okay.
So, let me see.
So the burning in the theater for Hitler was actually interesting to me, because the film they used in the movie theater was extremely flammable, and actually fires 100%. In movie theaters was very, very common because of that material.
Yep.
And that's what that's what was used to initiate the fire. And I think that this is actually an assassination attempt that happened too. I'm not actually sure how close to history Inglourious Basterds is. I think it's actually pretty close to what happened, except for the whole actually killing Hitler part. I think. I'm not sure if that's 100% confirmed that Hitler took his own life.
So Valkyrie came out on Christmas 2008, and then Inglourious Basterds came out in May 2009.
Ooh, so, wow, they're really close. I didn't realize that.
So, because what I had heard after Bastards came out, it was, this is the movie that Valkyrie wishes it could have been. Right? And I thought
Valkyrie is pretty good. I feel like Inglourious Basterds was a very different movie.
Yeah, it was different.
It starts off with scalping Nazis,
Yeah.
And that's really not what Valkyrie is going for. It was an intrigue.
Right. Yeah, it was it was like this little chess game and trying to do all stuff.
Yeah, good.
And the Bastards was a fun romp through the German countryside, killing Nazis, right?
Right, exactly. It was Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
He was having.
Yeah.
So it was.
Oh, let me take down Dayquil or ZZZquil. There you go.
Sponsors. ZZZquil.
Dude.
Note that is not safe.
That is not safe.
That's not safe.
Please sponsor me.
Please sponsor us. I would actually totally have a cup of ZZQuil as I end my
right
stream.
now. I love it. I'll put a little pinch between the cheek and gum right now.
Oh man, you could make ZZQuil dip. That'd be crazy.
I have a buddy. Oh, this is funny. I have a buddy who was dipping. Right, he was dipping. And he wanted to quit.
Disgusting.
Right.
Don't do it, guys.
It's disgusting. And he was tapering off. He never did want to do it. He never did want to. Yeah, he never did want to get off of it, and so he ended up getting the patch. And
nicotine patch.
Yeah, nicotine patch. So he started to use the patch, and he's trying to get off of it, trying to get off this habit. And then he's on and off. He's on and off for about 6-7 months or something. And finally,
so he's trying to quit.
He's trying to quit, and he just says, "You know what? Screw it. I'm just
not going to quit.
I'm not going to quit." So
fail.
One Saturday, he was off work or something, and he put on a patch on one arm, patch on the other arm, and then put a patch on his leg, and then put a giant dip in his mouth.
Did he pass out?
And he passed out.
Okay, that's what nicotine high will do to you.
Oh man, he said he woke up on the couch, and
dip was everywhere.
Dip was everywhere, drooling. He drooled all over the couch and his shirt. And he woke up like 4 hours later. It was so dangerous to do. Like he could have really hurt himself or something.
I think nicotine can stop your heart, but only in extreme dosages.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nicotine's actually pretty safe. It's not good for your system. You get addicted to nicotine.
Yeah,
it's habit forming. But I don't think that
it's establishing a routine.
I think it's actually not. It's harder to kill yourself on nicotine than it is alcohol. Because people have gone the rectal method for ingesting alcohol and killed themselves. They've stopped their heart. You know what I mean? They've garden hosed into their
the butt funnel.
The butt funnel, yeah. So there's a common case that's discussing this, and a man, he's an alcoholic. He got surgery on his mouth or something like that. He couldn't use his mouth anymore. His mouth was off limits. So he asked his wife to assist him in his hobby, and she gave him way too much, and he died on the spot. He like, whoop, his heart, so much went into his system that it paralyzed his organs.
It was like vodka or something.
Yeah, they poured vodka in. It wasn't a mixed drink. I don't think he do. Oh no, was it? I think he actually did. Yeah. I don't know if it's safe to even do vodka, because I think you have to have 100% alcohol if you're gonna do this.
You could do an ethanol deal, like mix it in a bag or whatever, right?
That's what you could do. You could do an ethanol deal.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. You don't want to do a mixed drink, is what I'm saying. You don't want sugar, like undigested sugar and stuff like that, to go in there.
Oh my goodness.
Because that causes other problems. Anyways, don't do this. Hold on.
Don't butt chug.
Don't ever do this. It is very effective, extremely effective actually, because the inside of your intestines absorbs much faster than the normal systems. But you get it instantly, and it has a negative effect on your insides. And also, you'll probably die. Don't do it. You probably won't die, but don't do it. It's very unsafe. Thank you, Guy Mine, for those links. There's actually a cool video in Discord.
He mixed vodka and a little something called grit. And went after it.
Yeah, he went. It did not go well. It's an extremely dangerous act. I don't think most people don't do it because most people don't do butt stuff. It's uncomfortable. It's not something they want to do. So yeah, there's a little tidbit for you guys. Butt chugging. That's too good. The butt funnel. That's my favorite.
You can't do that, man.
I mean, you can.
I mean,
if someone dares you, if you're an alcoholic and your mouth don't work no more, you're gonna go with butt chugging. I think the ethanol thing with the IV is actually a great idea.
They do
you have
that.
To be careful with that though.
They do that. That used to be a common way that you could stop. One of the ways that you wanted to. A lot of times you could stop a labor.
Oh, really?
Going if you didn't want it to happen because there was something else going wrong with the mother's body. Okay. I want to say I'd heard of this before. That
you get them drunk.
That they did it would be a saline solution with like 5% alcohol, and you put them on a drip.
Which is a lot of alcohol.
It relaxes their body, it gets them drunk or whatever, but for some reason, it does slow down the labor process. And
rather than induce labor, there's a word for this that
delays it or whatever.
Delay labor, something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
It's a useful tactic for doctors to employ in a situation where the mother is in danger or the child is in danger.
I may have seen that on a show, and it might be complete BS, but I want to say
not me. I didn't say that one. I said a lot of stuff this episode, but I did not say that you should give your wife a shot of vodka if you want her to not have a baby.
Well, if you give her enough vodka, I ain't gonna have no baby.
No, I don't understand. You're alone in this content. I got your back. I'm walking away from that one.
No.
No, women should not drink while pregnant, okay? Surgeon General warning on the back of your alcohol.
Look, that's just a man trying to keep you down. That's just
interestingly, there has been warnings against use of marijuana while
a little
pregnant,
buzzkill.
and then a lot of people have actually reversed that now.
No,
so
you don't give a pregnant lady vodka? No?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't do that.
You don't. You don't.
No, you don't.
No.
That's not. I didn't have your back on that one. No.
No.
Don't drink and pregnant.
No,
okay. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and pregnant.
Am I?
Will you stop it?
Am I out here alone?
Sometimes, Glotch, I wonder about you. What? Sometimes SFX. Too many SFX.
No. So it's alcohol, right? So.
No, it's not good for you. Okay.
So, see, the point is, with the alcohol, it'll slow down. But if you do it enough, okay, all right.
Okay, you done now? They've actually reversed themselves on marijuana usage for pregnant females who are pregnant, because apparently it helps with morning sickness.
Oh yeah, helps with a lot of stuff.
It reduces nausea, right?
Yeah.
Backaches, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I never want to sell marijuana as a panacea. I don't ever want to do that. A lot of people do that. Like, it's great for you. Well, everyone should be high.
What do you sell marijuana as?
I try not to touch it. Really.
What do you sell?
I could.
How much
I would
do you
make a
sell?
lot more money. Clowntown, I would make a lot more money.
We would
okay.
we would kill it.
All
we
right?
would absolutely
I
kill
would
it.
not be. I mean, I would be streaming every day because I love streaming. But I would make a lot. I wouldn't be looking for a tip goal. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, that's for
I'd
dang
be
sure.
like, hey guys. That's what would be going on my stream. Okay.
Yeah. How do you sell it?
In bulk?
All right. I'm gonna
Yes,
write.
Westdude, it does. Sorry, Westdude asked the question: does THC cross over to mammograms into the breast milk? Yes. You will have THC in your breast milk if you smoke.
I think so.
I don't know, dude. Don't ask me that. What? How, am I a doctor?
Yeah.
What?
Does it?
How am I? How? Did you seriously just ask me if THC? Okay.
Now hang on.
Listen to me.
Hang on. Give me a
Listen to
second.
me. I'm a smart individual. I know a lot of things. No, shut up, Clowntown. I know a lot of things. I have no idea. I have no idea if when you breastfeed your child, it's gonna get high.
Give me just a few minutes. I'm gonna go check. Hang on. Cloud lady. Okay. Thank you
Oh,
very
man, this is
much.
some good stuff.
Thank you very. Thank you very much for being here, man. Thank you very much for another month about you.
Yeah, this
me
is
just-
some great breast milk, man.
Let me just knock that out of the park and then walk off home run. There you go.
Guys, we love you.
Go follow Badger, the video game Badger on Twitch, YouTube, TVG Badger on Twitter. He's an awesome streamer. He's streaming every day. He's on number 530.
No, 570
570. God,
in a row.
dang.
In a row. 730 is the goal. How many is 160 to go?
Dang, that's a ton.
Oh my gosh, that's only half a year. No, that's not a ton. I did the ton.
No, I know. You've done a ton of them. You've done
Okay,
a ton
see.
of them.
Sorry. We did it.
What are you
I mean, we
what are
did
you
it, right?
writing about? Oh, God dang it! I gotta go find that then. Look, you people.
Do you want to do? We can do two next time. We're only 6 minutes over. We've done worse.
Okay, here's
Everyone's
one.
rioting now. No, dear Badger. Okay, we have one. Okay.
I have one. I've always
fine.
got them. I've always got them.
All right.
Okay, get out of here.
I work Xmas. Xmas is the best day to work, man. People are generous on a Christmas. I want to be streaming next Christmas.
Mallory Ortberg is a columnist from Slate magazine. William Bishop's is missing a section from his hat. Dear Badger. Look at it. Look at your hat. Dear Badger, my boyfriend of 2 years and I will be hosting Thanksgiving.
Break up with him.
Thanksgiving, which is coming up.
That's actually a big deal. Hosting a Thanksgiving is that's a huge endeavor for a 2-year-old relationship, actually.
For the first time, my boyfriend and I will be hosting Thanksgiving for family for 2 years. I know it's a long way off, but I'm already worried about it. It's coming up soon.
You have the judgments of people who are eating the food. Sorry.
Look at.
I know.
The fly in the ointment is my aunt's boyfriend. Quote, his name is Bill.
Wait, turn around. Fly in the ointment?
You ever heard that?
No.
The monkey and the wrench?
Yeah, no, I got that one.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Fly in the ointment.
No, it's not. Who cares if fly in the ointment?
It's gross. The ointment is for
it's
healing,
gross.
healing and
Well, if
sterilization, and you get a fly in it, it messes up the ointment.
Wait, what do you use ointment for? What ointment do you have?
Sterilization and healing, and good times.
What ointments you got? Good day. See, that's
Good times.
All right, Bill. Was it Bill who was a problem?
Bill. Not only is he her former marriage counselor, Bill is her former marriage counselor, he has offended and alienated every single memory of my family that he has met. Bill
sounds like me.
Bill gives unwanted and offensive advice and opinions.
Oh, no. Are you sure this isn't my family?
His name is Bill.
I'm William. That's the same name.
Well, I'm sure it's not you.
No? Okay. I'm about to call my sister.
Bill gives unwanted and offensive advice on opinions on topics that do not in any way relate to him. Before you give him the benefit of the doubt, believe me, we did when we did too when we first met him. But he continually talks about, quote, streaming and playing video games all day. He was included. I'm kidding. I added that part.
I know. I figured that. No, you should have let him fit. Okay. I knew you're okay. Go ahead.
Okay, here's the real part. He was included in all family gatherings, and we made an effort to welcome him in as long as he was making my aunt happy. He doesn't, but she won't leave him. She's in her 60s and is afraid to be alone. All right, so it's one of those.
Okay.
Last Thanksgiving at my cousin's home, it was my boyfriend's first Thanksgiving with our family. I didn't keep a close eye on him when he engaged with Bill, but I did notice that he became a bit withdrawn after the fact and was ready to leave as soon as it was polite to do so. On the way home, he filled me in. My boyfriend is part Native American. He identifies strongly with that heritage. Great. Bill went in on at length about how stupid and inept, quote, Indians are, and all the while bragging about his contacts in that community. My boyfriend was offended. I was offended and furious. My mother was livid. It was a final nail in the coffin for her. I don't want this man anywhere near my boyfriend, much less in our home. But is there a tactful way to let my aunt know that her boyfriend is not welcome at our gathering? I'm generally a tactful person, but I have no tolerance for racism, and so I can't think of a way to sugarcoat my feelings. How do I say this? Sincerely, Protective. I don't know.
Protective, thank you so much for writing in. Thanks for trusting us with this frustrating piece of your world. So we have a bigot who is offensive and doesn't really care what anybody thinks except himself.
Smollett.
Who is making your aunt, who seems to be a good person, as far as we can tell, very unhappy. So the real issue is, what do we have to do to make aunt happy? We have to start focusing rather on this Thanksgiving event, more on not ostracizing, because what we want to do right at this moment is, Bill, you can't come. But what that means is that Auntie can't come either because Auntie is with Bill. That's what we're trying to avoid, right? That's trying to get away. Who cares? Who cares how Bill feels, right? What you're really trying to avoid is you don't want to hurt Auntie's feelings when you say, hey, you can't come to Thanksgiving, basically, because that's what you're going to have to tell Auntie.
True facts.
Yeah, I think our focus should be on removing Bill from Auntie's life, and then therefore removing Bill from your life. That's going to require a support structure. She's afraid. She's a 60-year-old woman who has much more life to live, Auntie. Just because you're 60 does not mean the life is over. Does not mean your world is over. There are men out there right now who would want you for who you are this instant. Okay? Auntie, listen to me. You can leave. You can be with a better person at any moment of your life. Do it right now. Go talk to your aunt. Reach out to her and try to convince her. Try to assure her. Try to have her reach out for a better life. And then who gives a crap about Thanksgiving? Just don't bite the nerd.
Agree. Yeah, you got to separate. You got to have.
That's how you muted yourself for me.
Did I? What's that? No. I'm good. Oh, no. Oh, it zapped out. Okay. I agree. You can't go to Bill and tell him no. Aunt has to tell him no. Right. Yeah.
That's who you're telling now.
Aunt's got to be the blocker, and she just needs that support structure. She can do it for sure.
She can do it, right? That's what she needs a support structure from you guys, her family, to do this, and she can do it. I mean, she's expressed obviously that she isn't happy with what's going on, so that's a step forward. Having fun at Thanksgiving, guy. I think I thought this was going to be a letter about how the hell do I deal with Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is a big deal to do at the house. I was worried about the pressure of, did you cook the meal right?
Right.
Is the table set right? Did you have enough chairs? Did we have enough living space? Is there drinks for everybody? This is a 2-year-old relationship. You're putting a lot of stress on that girl.
Yep.
I would not have done this. I would have said no.
No.
That's
no
a
way.
big. That's a lot of stuff to do. You've lived up to a lot of expectations. The previous household that was doing Thanksgiving is like, whoa, yay! Yeah. We got lucky.
Right.
I gotta do it this year. I'm gonna cook a turkey.
Yeah.
And maybe people are bringing food and stuff like that. That'd be really great. But a lot of time they don't do that.
Yeah.
I thought that's what that letter was.
I agree.
I think you guys. It's more simple than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's just extricate the bigot. But I did want to put that on there because Thanksgiving will be coming up next, because I got some Thanksgiving stories. I got some Thanksgiving traditions that we do that you'll love. And
the next episode is Thanksgiving, huh?
Thanksgiving stuff. So it is now on the list. What is your Thanksgiving traditions? But
okay,
yeah,
all right,
so I'll tease that up for next time. So good.
Should we do anything special for Thanksgiving? What is this? What is the streamer thing to do for Thanksgiving? I know the streamer thing to do for October is scary games. What do you do for Thanksgiving?
That's also on the list. Scary games.
Right.
You like scary games, right?
Oh, I like scary games. I'm down.
Ugh.
I get scared in Fallout 4.
Fallout 3. That was my scary game. I'm done.
Right.
That was 2009.
I would love to watch you play a scary game.
That was 2009. I'm done with scary.
Would be insane.
I'm done with scary. That was 2009.
You should definitely do scary. Hold on, we get some good chat here. I did Christmas at my house once 8 days after I moved into a new house. What? And 4 days after my son was born. What? The only thing I remember was my aunt asking why I didn't have salt and pepper shakers unpacked. Yeah, there's gonna be considerations like that from other people who are going for Thanksgiving because they have expectations of you because you're hosting Thanksgiving or Christmas. Sorry, this is Christmas. My dad and I have pretty much. This is shady. That was Toaster. My dad and I have pretty much told the rest of the family we're never coming over, and stayed home for Thanksgiving. Made ourselves a big feast and played in our games in our PJs all day.
Boom.
That is a Shady. You have a very different family situation, a lot, and I sometimes I worry about your support structure. I hope you know that we're here for you if you ever need anything. Well, I mean, at least I'm here.
True.
I know you. I know a little bit about you. I know a little about your family life. I'm glad your dad is there. I'm glad Jason is there. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, for sure. Shady, if you ever need anything, Badger's right there for you. You can just call him. You can call him anytime.
I love that. That's a good one.
He's right there for you. If you need anything at all, just you know where to find him. There you go.
I might want you to hit that Alien Isolation, which I don't actually suggest you play for more than an hour, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for being here, you guys. Appreciate your viewership tonight. Your entertainment time is
reminding us.
Let me do this deal, and that is not a command. Go follow.
Badger, yeah.
Go follow Mr. William Bishop, the Video Game Badger on Twitch, TVG Badger on Twitter. He's a fantastic streamer. He will be on tomorrow, Sub Day. Yes.
Sub Day, yes. I think we're gonna play Left 4 Dead 2. Do you want to play?
What time?
We probably won't have enough people. Noon we start.
Let's see.
What time do you want to go?
I will. If you're playing for a while, I'll get home and I can probably join you.
Okay, we can hit it up. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be great to have you as a guest.
Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be a lot of people who want to play, who have the game, actually, is the issue. We'll play whatever.
It's loaded and ready to go.
Oh, do you? I have mine ready to go, too.
It's ready to go.
Rocket League we could do, too. I want to do something besides Terraria this time.
One or two?
Terraria.
One or two?
Choice. Two we have. We're going to do. We could do
I
one.
have both.
I have both also.
I have both. Okay. All right. I thought it was a great game. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll see. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll hit you up in channel.
Great. Sounds good. Cool. I'll be there. Yep, noon CDT. Anyone who's a Patreon sub can just join in on some shooting zombies and getting killed by zombies, most likely fun. So get hyped for that.
Do you do the 4-man where it's just the survivors, or you do 8-man where you get to play the mobs too?
If we get 8 people, then we'll do that for sure.
Oh.
It's gonna be tough getting 8 people.
That's fun. That is such fun. I love those.
No more streams for me today, Wes. We didn't even talk about my power outage today, which made me so insanely frustrated.
Oh, dude.
Living in a third world country, man, I hate it. One of the things I never want to do is hold on. Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate your viewership so much. We could literally talk forever.
Forever.
We can.
Forever.
That is the thing that Clown and I could do. We could just. Food and the bathroom were a necessity. We could just sit here and have a 24-hour stream, and for a moment not miss a beat. This just happens.
Yep.
Thanks for being here, guys. Stay motivated. Stay awesome. We love you. We care about you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Hit up everybody on all the things. We'll see you next time. And remember, stretch.
Stretch.
kind of man stays out till 2:30 in the morning, then comes back looking like a bruised turd.